all across the country. With their newly renovated state-of-the-art surgery center and highly trained staff, clients can rely on professional and thorough care. If your vet says that your pet needs surgery or rehab, ask for a referral to Blackford Vet and let them get your best friend back on its feet. Located conveniently in West Knoxville. For more information, visit blackfordvetsurgery.com.
WKGN 1340. Go Vols!
You're tuned in to East Tennessee's premier sports radio call-in show. This is The Drive.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. It is Monday. It is The Drive. I know I'm not Russell, but Russell is tending to a couple of personal business items. He's going to be here. He's just running a little bit behind schedule, so I'm holding down the fort with the boys, Bear and Walker Smith. I'm Bob Baskerville. New week, new outlook.
They've sucked us back in, haven't they, Bob?
Yep.
Just when we thought we were out.
Yep, that's what
they pull us back.
That was my tagline promoting my podcast last night. That exact line from The Godfather 3.
Pull me back in.
Yep, they did it again.
I mean, it's
classic. This just classic. This team.
We're still. I'm worried, and I'm sure, definitely when Russ gets here, and I'm sure throughout today's show, we'll drill down deep into it. I feel better, but I still feel like this team is flawed fatally for postseason play.
Yeah,
not to start off Monday on a negative note, but
I just got us started on a positive note, and you just drug us into the mud within 60 seconds.
That's what I do, man.
Yes, I'm aware. We are coming to you live from the White Claw Hard Seltzer studios of Fox Sports Knoxville Fan Run Radio. It is The Drive, and it is going to be baseball-centric today, I got to say. We'll talk about a lot of other things, but our guest docket is kind of baseball-y, if you will.
Big-time show lined up.
Yeah, I got Jack Foster from Rocky Top Insider joining us in hour 2. He was covering the series firsthand. He'll give you his thoughts as well as a look ahead to this Oklahoma series, which, shocker, spoiler alert, this weekend series is going to be pretty important for the boys. Not quite as critical as it could have been, but still, they need to take care of some business there. And then in the third hour at 5:30, Ross Kivett, our coach, he's going to be joining us.
Never have to do anything to get that. That guy stays fired up.
No doubt. So we got a lot to cover today. If you want to be a part of the program, you are certainly welcome. Of course, we appreciate you watching and listening on the the Fox Sports Radio Fan Run TV channel on YouTube. You can watch us there. You can also check us out on X. We're streaming live there. And of course, we'll be podcasting. We'll have those up each hour as well. Phone lines are open. Area code 865-966-3435. That's 966-3435. Boys, how was your weekend besides the baseball stuff?
Man, I had a solid one. Once I got through Friday, we need to remember the list Russ had about the man list.
Yes.
I was put to the test Friday afternoon. We didn't get into it Friday, but once he gets here later, I definitely want to get back into that. But other than that, man, Bob, me and you texted a little bit. I'm starting to get kind of tingly. We're less than 2 weeks away from what I think should be a high holiday.
The greatest spectacle in racing. I know the NASCAR fans will beg to differ, but
it's just that whole Sunday. I'm a little pissed at F1 for not having Monaco this weekend or that weekend, but that's still one of my favorite days of the year. Got the Indy 500, the World 600 in Charlotte. It's a lot of auto racing,
no doubt.
But yeah, I watched racing and baseball and puttered around the house. Pretty boring weekend.
Walker, how you doing, man?
Oh, it was good. There's just a lot of fun sports to watch this weekend. Playoffs were rolling along, even though some of those series ended over the weekend. The baseball was great outside of Sunday when we didn't have a starting pitcher and then the pitching just wasn't good. Other than that, it was very good weekend. Very nice.
Yeah, same. It was kind of low key. My youngest had her last day of school. She's a senior in high
Oh,
school,
wow.
so
Oh.
Friday was her last day.
That's a weird feeling, isn't
Yeah,
it, man?
it's weird, but it's a nice exhale. I mean, I felt it this morning for sure. Like there wasn't this mad scramble in the morning to get
yeah, you
going.
and Mrs. B got her through it.
Yeah, she was. My daughter's fine. My wife's fine. She'll be graduating this weekend coming up. Just another rite of passage, but
She'll be off to college, and
yeah,
what do you? Empty nesters, huh?
yeah, I know. Not sure what I'm going to do. Could be interesting, but
Well, congrats.
yeah, thank you. Thank
It's
you very
cool.
much.
It's a cool time around Webb when all the seniors get to graduate because
Yes.
Webb, they do a lot of really cool senior things like the crane ceremony and the senior lunches and all that stuff as it comes down to the end. It's going to be really cool.
Yeah.
I'm feeling nauseous.
Yeah, I know. It was nice.
Sorry,
the
we-
crane ceremony was great
Yeah,
It's
last
very
week.
cool.
and-
We do it right over at Webb.
Yeah.
yeah, so that's just Walker talking,
Yeah.
not me. But he knows. Real ones know. The only downer for me, honestly, was and it's not what you guys think. The downer for me was my Indiana Pacers got
Oh, man. That's brutal.
excluded from what may be the deepest NBA draft in 30 years.
Yeah, explain that to me. I was going to ask. I didn't want to bring it up because I did, not in the A block for sure.
Yeah, well, there was, and this will be the only NBA talk we have of note besides when we go through headlines. I'm sure Walker might have some updates on games, but the Pacers made a trade at the trade deadline to get Ivica Zubac, big man from the LA Clippers. They sent the Clippers the rights to the Pacers' first round draft pick if it's after the first 4 slots in the lottery. Okay.
Okay.
So, and the Pacers ended up getting the 5th slot. So,
So-
that pick goes to the Clippers.
The Clippers now suddenly just
Yeah.
fell in their lap.
Yeah. Well, they traded a good big man for him, but it did work out for him. The problem is for the Clippers is they've done some other trades. They got Darius Garland, who's a point guard, and around where they're picking, it's all point guards that are going to be available. So it's kind of a weird deal
Well,
for them.
Somebody's not a point guard
Yeah.
sitting right there. Could
yeah.
be gotten. I don't know. That's awfully high, but
Nate's projecting, by the way, on just about every board I've seen now, right around number 10, including that Kevin O'Connor dude from Yahoo who
It's a
stirred
really
all
long
this
game.
crap up a couple weeks ago and had him at 18.
one of the RTI boys. I don't think it was Jack. I think it may have been Sean. Somebody compiled it was Jacoby, Nate, and Felix, where they're kind of mocked to, but I don't know. I can't remember exactly which one they were referencing, but had Nate going number 8 to Dallas,
There's some of
Yeah,
those.
Dallas and the Bucks are the two names that keep popping
or
up.
maybe 8 to the Bucks or 10 to Dallas.
Mhm.
One or the other, but
I think Bucks are 10, I think. So
Yeah,
I
Bucks are
still
10.
don't really understand the NBA draft and the
Yeah.
lottery. And
Well,
all
I'll tell
that.
you what,
It's changing.
and this one was not just because my team didn't end up with a first round pick. It's a disaster because the 3 teams that did their damnedest to tank
Yeah.
have the top 3 picks. And that
Whoa.
it's just wrong, man. It's just
What
wrong.
you mean, like teams that? Well, teams. Here's the thing: the teams that tank, like the Pacers, were tanking this year.
They didn't tank to the level of what we saw Utah and Memphis. Memphis
Did bad. Yeah.
Memphis was on the verge of being in the play-in game with like 20 games
Mhm.
left, and then they just shut it down.
They traded Jaren Jackson
Yeah.
and all that stuff, and it was weird because they had all the anti-tanking stuff, and it feels like the only team that got fined was the Pacers.
Yeah.
Because they got fined for a bunch of anti-tanking stuff because they were tanking for a little bit. They went like 4-25 in their last
Yeah.
down the stretch game.
That's what's
But-
weird about seeing Philly doing anything in the playoffs is because they've been. I mean, that's the little tank that could. They're the
Yeah.
one that kind of.
Yeah.
the process.
Well,
I guess.
but here's the thing, and Walker, you're right. The Pacers tanked. The Pacers were depleted. They had nobody. The Wizards started sitting Anthony Davis and Trae Young. Memphis Ja Morant. And then there was the game against Utah and the game with Utah and Memphis late in the season where they said there are probably 3 players on both rosters in that game that will play next year in the NBA. I mean, it was just all developmental guys and everything else. I mean, it's
Meshack played in that game.
Yeah.
So Pacers lost their pick, huh?
They did. So
Wow. That's a bummer.
life goes on. They got Halliburton back next year. They'll be solid.
They'll be good. I love what the GM did today too. Like he came out and said, look, I took this chance because if you really do the odds with it, the odds of them getting a top 4 pick was pretty much 50-50.
Right.
Like if you have one of those 14% chances to get the number 1 pick, it's 50-50 you end up there. So you make that trade, you get a really good center back, and you take that gamble.
Yeah. And if they had finished with, it was only 5 through 9. So if the Pacers ended up somehow 10th in the lottery, they would have kept their pick.
Oh,
So
that makes it even worse.
Yeah, it was tough, but it's okay. It's all right. We'll get through it. And yeah, I've already seen a few notes on X and others about the Braves Dodgers series, and
Well, I mean, that was what I thought we were going to lead with, just because I feel like if he was here, we would.
Well, yeah, he'll take all the oxygen out of the room on that topic when he gets here.
I
So
had an idea
There's a couple of like peripheral issues surrounding this. One of them I'm going to have to address today at some point.
I gotcha.
I have an idea for this. I want a little test for Russell.
Okay.
When he gets here, we're going to see if he's been listening, and we're going to tell him that we had you already do it before he got here.
Yes, I
Yeah,
love it.
no, that doesn't count.
It doesn't count.
I'm sorry, no, it doesn't count.
No, listen.
It doesn't matter whether he listened to it or not. I mean,
He's still going to do it.
Yeah, I'll
I
still
mean,
do
he's-
it.
I'm not
he's
saying he's
just-
not going to do it.
We're just going to prank him a
he,
little.
he knows that he wouldn't have done it yet.
I had it so planned out, though, man. When Dodgers won game 1 of that series, I was already thinking ahead. I was like, okay, so I'm going to send Bear the clip to I Love LA. And so when that's playing, if the Dodgers win the series, anytime Russell talks about it, I'm going to cue Bear, and we're just going to start potting up the music like he always does with the chop.
Yeah.
And do the whole, I can't hear you. Sorry, I'm listening to I Love LA. But
Before you
Alas.
joined the show, were you aware of he's a terrible loser and an even worse winner?
no, I didn't know that.
You didn't.
No, it's
It's almost compulsive.
Yeah.
It's-
yeah, he's got a very definitely a revision. Well, you heard him. He tried to dance out of, it felt like an attempt. They lost the first game. And then, of course, sadly, Bobby Cox passed away. Rest in peace. And he said, maybe this means we should maybe table the bet.
That's your angle. Don't ask him if he's listening to the show. Tell
Yeah.
him you took him at his word, and that this, according to you, I thought the bet was canceled on Friday
Yeah.
I think that
during the
it's
show
great.
Friday. Check the tape for us.
Yeah.
great plan.
Yeah. I think that's,
'Cause I'm telling you right now, and that's why I don't bet with him usually.
yeah.
I do not compete with him in games.
Yeah.
He's awful. I love the guy, but he can be awful.
I know.
But
Well, what else? I'm sure we'll dig into this a little deeper. Have you seen anything? This just came up in the last hour or two, this Vanity Fair piece with Lane Kiffin.
No. Lane Kiffin
yes,
did
where
Vanity
he
Fair?
He's-
some really dumb stuff.
Well, okay. This is a post from Vanity Fair on X. Again, this was only this was a little earlier today. It was around lunchtime. It said in explaining his decision to leave Ole Miss for LSU, Lane Kiffin seems willing to invoke Ole Miss's struggle to distance itself from symbols like the Confederate flag, Colonel Rebel, and the name Ole Miss itself. When he was recruiting there, Kiffin says top recruits would tell him, "Hey, Coach, we really like you, but my grandparents aren't letting me move to Oxford, Mississippi." That doesn't come up when you say Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Parents were sitting here this weekend saying this campus's diversity feels so great. It feels like there's no segregation. Man, here's the thing. It didn't
That's an
feel
awfully big charge to be throwing.
right. And I don't think Lane was doing too badly recruiting at Ole Miss. And they aren't doing bad recruiting this season, too. They've had a really good haul that they've brought in. So I just feel like it's just another like Kiffining, it's like, why?
They've been a majority African-American football team for going on 40 years now.
Yeah.
I just doesn't.
Yeah.
All that, the history of a lot of, everybody has history.
Yeah. Yeah, I just feel like I don't know. Lane does some things sometimes totally unnecessary. It feels like he's trying to yet again rationalize why he had to make a hard decision to leave Ole Miss, and what he does by doing so is pull their state and their university into the mud, basically, by what he said. And
he's got a weird thing, Bob, where he gets off on people hating him.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, you could argue Ole Miss's recruiting class so far is better than LSU's this year. So
they're a better program currently.
Yeah.
I mean,
He may be a better coach than Golding. I would think I don't know. We'll see if Pete Gold, I don't hope he does, because it would probably be at our expense, but I hope he's successful. I hope that program stays up, because just what Kiffin did, he's just such a sleaze bag.
Yes, he is. He
Mhm.
is.
Wait, he had Ole Miss didn't he have a top transfer class at Ole Miss like his last couple years?
Yeah, I mean they've had unprecedented success in the last 4 to 5 years in recruiting at Ole Miss, and that's all because of him. So I don't know.
I mean, it's because of him, and then it's also because Ole Miss has got some very well-heeled donors that were willing to pony up the cash.
Agreed.
But he's got an incredible eye for talent, and he's a hell of a salesman.
And he's got an incredible knack for he suffers from, what do they call it, main character syndrome. I mean,
He's a narcissist.
yeah,
A little bit.
He's something
A
else.
little bit.
All right, we're going to take a break. When we return, we will continue the conversation. We'll start the dissection of this Vols baseball series this weekend. By and large, successful, right? I mean, it's all good.
I mean, we had Friday night was a performance for the ages.
Of
from
course,
the mound. Against those bats and that team.
Absolutely, against their ace, but he wasn't that ace that night. It was our guy.
His only 2 losses.
Yeah. So we're gonna talk about all that, because there's also a little cause for concern as we grow closer and closer to the postseason. So we're going to talk about all of that on the other side. We'll stick around. Be right back. You're listening to The Drive, and it's Fan Run Radio.
The Drive.
Streaming worldwide at fanrunradio.com and on the free Fan Run app. This is Big Orange Country's sports talk radio superstation, Fan Run Radio, Knoxville.
What kind of day is it? It's a White Claw day. Grab a pack, grab your friends. Everything else in life can wait. Your friends shouldn't. Let's go. White Claw. Grab life by the claw. Please drink responsibly. Hard seltzer with flavors. White Claw Seltzer Works, Chicago, Illinois.
Rickard Ridge Barbecue. It's more than just dinner. It's a destination. Hey, this is Russell Smith, and whenever somebody asks me for a barbecue recommendation, I always tell them to take the quick drive up I-75 and visit Rickard Ridge Barbecue. Rickard Ridge is about a 20-minute drive up I-75 from downtown Knoxville. Just take exit 134 in Caryville, hang a right, and Rickard Ridge is tucked just inside Cove Lake State Park on your left. You can't miss it. Fall off the bone Memphis-style baby back ribs, slow-smoked chicken thighs, fresh, juicy, hand-cut steaks. Rickard Ridge has it all. And this ain't no Yankee chain store fly-by-night operation either. Owner Mark Rickard has spent years honing his smoking skills in Memphis, and his secret recipe and techniques have been driving East Tennessee wild for years. So make time to check him out. Rickard Ridge Barbecue inside Cove Lake State Park and online at rickardridgebbq.com.
We really need to get some branded stuff. Shirts, hats, promo items, something professional.
I mean, we could just find a website and order a bunch of it ourselves.
You could, but you're taking a big risk. You don't know the quality, the fit, the timeline. It's a roll of the dice.
Yeah, I guess. But isn't that how everyone does it now?
Not the ones who actually care about how their brand looks. Look, if we're putting our name on it, it needs to be done right. We need SM Athletics.
SM Athletics?
Yeah, they specialize in working with businesses like ours. Apparel, hats, promo gear, but real, customized stuff. They actually care if it turns out right.
Probably a lot better than getting stuck with 100 t-shirts with crooked logos.
Exactly. Plus, they'll walk you through everything. Sizing, colors, material, so it matches the image we're trying to build.
Makes sense. What's the name again?
SM Athletics. Trust me, if you want to look like a real company, not a flea market stand, this is the move. If you're serious about your brand, Work with people who are serious about getting it right. SM Athletics.
Welcome to Axle Logistics, where excellence isn't just a goal, it's an energy. As a leading third-party logistics company, Axle is powered by an award-winning culture built on a work hard, play hard mentality. Here, the drive for success is contagious and hard work never goes unnoticed. Whether you
We were saying in the opening segment, just when we were out, they pull us back in. After what, think about where we were a week ago. And it's not hyperbole to say a lot of us felt like, man, this season might be
the season
over.
was going to end next week after the SEC tournament.
Yeah. But the Vols seem to, they do it it's a microcosm of what they do in a lot of these series that they've lost, where they go into the third game, backs against the wall, and they take care of business. They did it this time. They go out and pull all of us back in again with a critical series win against fourth-ranked Texas. Huge. And again, I think when we were talking on Friday, this one was sizing up to be let's try to get one win series with the Longhorns. They had come into Knoxville. I had said it on Friday. They had won 7 of their 8 SEC series, loaded lineup wherever you look, sending their ace Dylan Volantis out to the bump on game 1. But when it was all said and done, boys, he was not the ace of the game afterwards.
Friday night he wasn't.
No, that title belonged to Tegan Kuhns. Delivered a performance for the ages. Tennessee wins that first game 5-1. Boy, I cannot remember a pitching performance like that I've seen. I haven't followed the team as long as some others, but that one is maybe as not just as dominant, but also as critical to this team.
Yeah.
This guy's done it twice
time.
now.
Yeah.
He had the start against Kentucky, which was not so good, but the start against Alabama was another one that kind of helped save the season in a lot of ways.
He had one 9-pitch inning.
Yeah.
Where he retired the side. And what's wild is he gave up 3 in the top of the first. But then after that, he kind of settled down and then he put them on lockdown.
4 hits allowed over 7 innings, only 1 walk, 15 strikeouts. Dude was dialed in. I loved seeing the emotion too, man.
Yeah.
That felt like old
Doyle.
times. Yeah, sure did.
And the bats.
Yeah.
The bats were
yeah.
popping.
Well, I mean, the series as a whole, they ended up with, I think 25 runs in the series, like 30 plus hits. So
only 5 in that first game that Tegan started. And I mean, if you want it's why this team can be so good is because Tegan Kuhns is so good and can go out and win any game. It's because Evan Blanco, although he didn't pitch particularly great this weekend, can go out and win any game like he's done on a lot of Sundays this year. It's a team that if their starters are good, they can be really good because it's one of the best rotations in the league.
Yeah, you took the words out of my mouth, Walker. One of the things I was going to say, game 1 is really, it's all about Tegan Kuhns. And we'll come back to that in a minute. But game two felt to me like old time Tennessee baseball. When I say old time, I mean lots of hits, 16 of them, 6 home runs,
5 different guys.
Yeah, and Blanco, to your point, Walker, Blanco pitched well enough, right? He got him to the 8th inning. He gave up 5 runs, but in a game like this where we're just pounding the ball, it didn't matter as much. And that was a game where, I mean, honestly, that's where I think a lot of people, I was seeing it on social media, were coming back with, hey, man, we get a sweep here. We could be talking about hosting a regional. The talk started to get a little distant out there, but,
out of our skis again.
Yeah, it happens, but everybody felt that way. I get it.
Well, I didn't think we got out over our skis. It's just we had the gut punch that Landon Mack got scratched from the Sunday start, which, I mean, if you just go look at that Sunday game, if Landon Mack starts that game and we scored 9 runs, we probably win it because our pitching wasn't good on Sunday with pretty much anyone we put in the ball game.
Yeah. And that's it's a great segue because we had won the series. We got the news about Landon Mack, which, by the way, boys, I'm hearing behind the scenes is it's a big concern. It's a big concern.
They just listed as general arm soreness, right?
Yeah.
For now, but we
now.
might hear more.
Yeah. No. So that's a tough one because you're right. And then the Sunday game, Tracy goes out there, gets the first 2 outs like in the blink of an eye, and we're like, hey, man, all right, this might be good. Let's see if somebody can step up. It didn't happen. And, the pitching was rough. I hate to say this. I don't want to see Braden Krenzel on the mound again. I'm done.
It's just been Krenzel?
You just can't figure it out.
Yeah.
The one who scares the hell out of me is Appenzeller.
Well, we get that. True freshman, he's hit the freshman wall. I mean, I think they've got to have some pause now when they want to use him. But Krenzel
got to have at least an 8-run lead.
Yeah, I know. But Krenzel was good last year, as I recall.
He can't throw strikes right now, can he?
No, he's definitely in his head.
GBO Kyle. Sorry, buddy. I mean, I don't know who else we have in the pen.
Well, I'm going to break that down here in a second because it's a concern for sure.
Mm-hmm.
What GBO Kyle Beach said on the live chat, the last time that a Tennessee pitcher had a game like that, 15 strikeouts, talking about the Coons game, was 2005, so 20 plus years. I just think that the situation with Mac, I think about this 3-game series, and by the way, that one's bumped up a little bit. It's a Thursday through Saturday series at Oklahoma because then you got to turn around and go to the SEC tournament about a week from now, a little over a week from now. I wonder, I mean, to me, it seems like a no-brainer. If Mac is not available, they got to structure things where Arvidsson probably becomes the third starter. But what that means then is our bullpen right now looks like trash. I mean, that's the problem. I mean, you got Rudy, but Rudy is proven that he's like he's a 1-inning guy, man. That's really about all you can get from him is one and a third, something like that. So that's the challenge. That said, man, these bats feel like they've come alive for the most part. Like I said, we lose the series. No shame in that. Texas, their bats came alive on Sunday, right? They had 4 home runs. Reese Chapman, by the way, shout out to Reese. 3-game series this weekend. He went, I think, 5 for 12 at the plate with 3 home runs and 8 or 9 RBIs. Gets the 2 home run, 6 RBI game on his last SEC home game, likely against an SEC opponent on senior day. That guy's been great. He plays great right field too. I mean, I think sometimes we kind of took him for granted as kind of like, oh, okay, he's still around, but he played all 4 years here. And I think he's been a huge contributor to this team's level of success that they've had, whether it's been up or down or not. He's been kind of a constant.
Yeah, and Russ has talked about it with the way he's been moved around in the lineup a little bit, and it feels like he's finally found that spot in the lineup that works for him because now he's mashing home runs and playing really, really well. It's also a fun note that I saw on social media and just now in the chat is that Chapman is now home runned on both Father's and Mother's Day.
He did Father's Day in I think it was the College World Series.
Yeah, it would have been College World Series.
So, So Reese has definitely he's left a pretty indelible mark for his time here at Tennessee. Here's hoping he's got more games than just the midweek. And
I feel like he's been here forever now.
Yeah. Well, that's in this era, man. You're here for all 4 years. That is forever.
Mm-hmm.
It is one of the things I do maybe prefer is not the right word. Like about baseball is once a kid gets here, you've got him for 3 years. And barring a transfer, but
for
the most part, not many kids have transferred out that, would have started here.
Yeah.
How many did we lose off last year's team?
Most of them to the draft. A lot. I mean, we lost a lot of guys who didn't play to the portal.
I was going to say in the summer, we lost a ton because there's been a big debate about that. Like, we lost so many guys and, it's because of Tony leaving. And it's like a lot of those guys had left before Tony ever thought about leaving. So, there were just guys who wanted their playing time, and that's it's kind of what happened.
They lost 25 players in the portal.
Yeah.
Last year. And that was well before Tony left because he was out recruiting all the guys we brought in to replace. I'm pulling them up now. Most of the guys you won't recognize, but I know there were a couple, and some of them came out of the bullpen were guys that we did lose. So that is one spot where probably could have used to keep one of those guys.
Yeah. How about Schlossnagel's kid getting on social media?
I don't know if we could say what Russ called him.
Yeah.
That was vintage, Russell. Vintage.
Wasn't very nice.
He just messed it up inadvertently. Called him Schlongbagel. That's
I was crying.
Mistakes happen, man.
I was about half asleep.
Sometimes you mispronounce.
When that popped up on my feed, I was like, what?
Yeah, for those of you who didn't see it, this kid who lives in Nashville got on X and complained about, what did he call it? I
can't remember the exact phrasing.
I'm trying to find it too.
Basically, what everybody always says when they're getting shelled by Tennessee at Lindsey Nelson. I think it was Chris Burke when we had him on one. He explained it.
Oh, here it is. Here it is. This ballpark is the most bogus trampoline park blank I've ever seen. Any routine fly ball has a shot. And then our guy Shump responded saying Tennessee's shortest home run tonight was 387 feet, according to TrackMan.
Well, they would have all been out of their stadium. I will say this. There is something about Lindsey Nutt. Like, once it gets warm like this, and I don't know, Chris Burke tried to explain it, but he said, yeah, I mean, it's a hitter's park, no doubt about it. My thing has always been when teams come in here and complain about it, like, we don't move the fences in the middle of the innings. They don't get moved.
Yeah.
You can take full advantage of it, I mean, during the Vitello era and even now, I mean, if you can hit, they'll go out just as easy for you.
True.
You're just not hitting them. Quit crying.
No doubt. What is it? They hate us because they ain't us.
I mean, Bob, I really thought that was my big fear because they're a power hitting team.
Yeah.
I thought they were going to come in here and it was going to be a lot of I thought we were going to have 3 days of 15-6.
Yeah. I think what helps though too, and I think it helps for the psyche of the team is, Tennessee jumped on them in game one pretty early, 3 runs in the first 2 innings, gets up 3-0. I mean, that helps your whole mindset as a team then. And then you got Coons dealing.
Was it Friday or Saturday where we scored every inning?
Saturday.
Saturday. That was vintage Vitello.
Yeah.
Just lay it on them, score every inning, all that type of stuff. And they scored 9 runs in that game too. That's the game we're going to look back on is Coons dominated Friday. But Saturday, Texas had their bats going pretty good, but we just went nuclear.
Yeah, give this a listen. This is from the box score on Saturday. Trent Grindlinger, 4 for 5, home run, 2 RBIs. Blake Grimmer had a good series too, for the most part. 2 for 5, 2 home run, 2 RBIs. Garrett Wright, 1 for 4, home run. Reese Chapman, 2 for 4, 2 RBIs, home run. Stone Lawless, 1 for 4, 2 RBIs and a home run. Manny Marin, 2 for 4, home run, 2 RBIs. By the way, all this stuff happens. Henry Ford had a terrible series at the plate. So my point is, we did all this without arguably one of our 2 best hitters. I'm just very, very optimistic when I look at the bats. But the pitching's another thing right now. GBO Kyle Beach posed the question on the live chat of, is that possibly why we saw Mac get moved to Sunday last week against Kentucky? Was it because we're already starting there, behind the scenes, they were starting to experience arm and elbow problems with the kid?
Could be a thing. It would make sense. I mean, giving him the extra day of rest, I don't know how much that would do. If it's just sore, it's just sore. And Tennessee, I'm sure, has all the medical stuff they need to be able to diagnose that and see what's going on. And maybe it was strategic, maybe it was for injury, but it was not a good look knowing that he's scratched now.
Yeah.
Especially 24 hours before the game, because all of Elander's quotes were we had no idea this was coming. We had named him the Sunday starter earlier in the week. We thought we were going to be good to go. And I guess something must have happened over the weekend where either maybe he was throwing a bullpen session the day before and getting ready for a start Sunday, where he just felt something in his arm get super sore or start to feel wrong.
Yeah, and Russ and I were talking earlier today. He brought up a good point that it's unfortunate. Maybe if Josh had any knowledge that there was the potential that Mac was not going to be able to pitch on Sunday, it would have been nice to have had Arvidsson available. But you had that game one where it was 5-0 and Coons was spent. He threw 113 pitches.
Yeah.
And you want to lock that first game down. So you bring Arvidsson in, he throws 44, 45 pitches. And so then he's not available for Sunday.
Right.
It's kind of unfortunate, but I get the concept. I'd rather we win the series more than anything else. But now for the road ahead, we gotta focus on what it means without our guy Landon Mack. If that happens, I'm not. Don't take that the wrong way. I'm not saying it's he's down for the rest of the season or anything. But there is some concern in the locker room. We know that much.
Well, yeah. I mean, you couldn't pick any worse time for one of your pitchers to come up kind of gimped in his arm.
Yeah.
We'll see.
But I mean, it's the bigger issue is, even if they had pulled Arvidsson out, our bullpen is so weak right now.
Yeah.
That's what I was referring to as a fatal flaw. Our bullpen's just not good. And I completely understand why you'd put Arvidsson in there on a Friday night. Go ahead and get one in the books. Because if you don't put Arvidsson in there, a 5-run lead with some of these guys is nothing.
No, I agree. That's
I mean, what's his name? Krenzel. He's liable to bean 2 people and walk 4 more.
I totally support the strategy. It felt great for once being in 2 games into the series, and we got them both in the bank.
And you know what? I kind of feel like taking that Friday game as well as being in a good position to win Saturday, that kind of, I feel like, gave them more of a reason to scratch Landon Mack and give him the rest. Because we talk about the record numbers of what we need to get into the tournament. Winning 2 games against Texas and getting us to 13 wins in SEC play, you feel pretty good about going into the NCAA tournament now, especially with those 2 being against Texas. You want one more to feel really good. Like, no, you're definitely going into the tournament if you win one more next week against Oklahoma. If you get swept by Oklahoma, you're still probably going to make it. So we don't really need Mac to pitch against Oklahoma to make the tournament if that's a worry. We just need Coons or Blanco to have one good game, and we steal one and we leave and we go to the NCAA tournament. Don't pitch him in the SEC tournament and hope his soreness goes away for the regional.
Yeah. All right, we're going to take a break. When we return, I'm going to pose a question for you all. I put the poll out in the field, not the Russell Smith type of poll in the field that we were debating so much last weekend. But and it's regarding Tegan Coons and his performance and how it ranks in the lore of just Vol greatness in general. I want to get your all's take on it when we return. Be right back. You're listening to The Drive, and it's Fan Run Radio.
The Drive. You're locked onto Fan Run Radio, 105.7 FM, 1340 AM, and online at fanrunradio.com.
Tired of spending your weekends working in the yard? Let ECR Total Landscapes handle it for you. We'll take care of de-weeding your flower beds, leaf blowing, trimming, mulching, and more. Let us do the heavy lifting so your landscape looks great. Right now, get 10% off your first month of our monthly maintenance package when you mention promo code FANRUN. Reliable service, great results, and more free time for you. Call us today at 865-384-2012 or visit us online at ecrtotallandscapes.com.
Barley's has live music on weekends, general team trivia on Wednesday nights at 8 p.m., and now live sports trivia courtesy of the Knoxville Trivia Guys every Thursday night upstairs. The game starts at 7 p.m. and is free to play for everyone, so head on down to the Old City and show off your sports knowledge and win gift cards to Barley's. Use those gift cards to buy some delicious food and drinks, and you can take it all in with their wide selection of TVs and indoor projectors. Barley's Tap Room and Pizzeria.
Hi, this is Dr. Stephen Malone at Knoxville Smiles. Has it been a while since your last dental visit? If so, I'd like to invite you to come see us. At Knoxville Smiles, it's our vision to provide the best dental care in town in a relaxed, friendly environment. So if it's been a while and you've been putting it off, don't wait any longer. Come see us at Knoxville Smiles. You can schedule an appointment online at knoxvillesmiles.com or by phone at 865-539-1776.
Vol fans, reimagine your home at Broadway Carpets and Flooring for any remodeling or building needs. With a variety of carpets, rugs, hardwood, vinyl, and stone, Broadway has all the flooring and installation options you're looking for, including pet-resistant products like Pet Perfect Carpet from Shaw Floors. Visit their showroom in downtown Knoxville or the location in West Knoxville located on Kingston Pike near Pellissippi Parkway today.
Friday night, dude was absolutely nuclear. He it was almost impossible for him to hit. Bear, I think you mentioned he had a 9-pitch inning at one point where he just struck out the side.
Ridiculous.
And enjoy it while we got it. That kid ain't going to be around for much longer. He's gonna be a highly draftable asset at this point. There's no doubt.
I mean, he was on fire.
Yeah. But it got me thinking when I was watching that performance and once it ended. The qualifier to this is not only is the performance, like I said earlier about Coons, dominant, but also what it meant to the team at the time that it happened. Okay. And so my question was, and I put this out in the field Saturday night, was what's been the biggest, most critical single game performance by any Vol, not just baseball, any Vol in the last 4 to 5 years? And I gave a couple choices, and then some people on X gave a couple other opinions, which I thought were pretty good too. But the ones I put out there were Coons, of course, with his 15 strikeouts and 7 innings pitched. Dalton Connect with a memorable game against Auburn in 2024, 39 points, could not be stopped. Him breaking down Janai Broom is just ingrained in my head. And the third one that I had was Jalen Hyatt with 5 TDs against Alabama.
So I was going to say that, but I was going to say Hooker and Hyatt's performance.
Yeah,
I was going to include both of them just because he never broke. All he did was just turn his hands over.
Yeah,
he never had to reach for anything.
Well, and it's interesting when you think about it that way too, because Hooker also led that mini drive at the end of the game to set up the winning field goal.
I mean, that's past 5 years. I'd put that on there.
Yeah.
Chase Burns, probably if we're talking about another baseball.
Which game are we talking about there? Was it
Clemson?
I think it was Clemson. Yeah.
I mean, there were probably, honest to God, we could probably sit here and rip off 4 or 5 from the past 4 or 5 years in baseball.
Yeah. Well, there's let's think about that.
Semo hitting for the cycle. Another one that came up was that somebody threw out. I don't think it rates in here, but it was an amazing performance, was Olivier Comeau with his 27-point game against Duke.
I remember that.
Yeah, in the second round of the NCAA tournament.
I mean, I put it up there.
Yeah. Now, Matty Ice sent me one, and he was like, this one's a no-brainer, that he realized keep in mind, Maddie's on his honeymoon too. But he said, yeah, I know. Well, he said, he goes, what about Grant Williams, 43 points? And it was like, and then he caught himself. He goes, oh, that was more than 5 years ago though. So that, like I said, that one's, that's obviously a beauty. That's one of the greatest ever.
Mm-hmm.
But I was just talking about kind of in recent memory. And when the person who sent in it was Brian Gobble who sent in the suggestion about Kumwa's performance, I said maybe I should rephrase it to what's the one we'll be talking about still in a couple of years, which then I think it does become kind of a no-brainer. Dalton Connect's performance was great, but it was just a conference game, right? It was Auburn. You do it against Bruce Pearl, and that was what was special. And Coons' game was amazing, but it really comes back to that Hyatt Hooker hookup, really.
Yeah, I mean, one that you hadn't mentioned, I'm kind of surprised. This is my biggest one. I put it probably above all others just for the moment, what it meant, and it kind of launched it. The Drew Gilbert Grand Slam in the regional here. That shot that, when he vaporized that ball to beat, who was it, Wright State? Yeah, Wright State. The Wright State Grand Slam in the bottom of the ninth. I mean, that's when Gilbert's a kid. He's out in, a yard or on a field somewhere. It's all, you know how you do when you're a kid's bottom of the ninth, 2 outs.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then he lived it. And that was looking back on it, that was kind of the shot heard around the college baseball world that, Tennessee's for real. And it really just went nuclear after that moment. But
Kid Huddy agreed with you. Barry mentioned Semo hitting for the cycle in game 1 of the College World Series. Yeah, and he said really his whole postseason run could have been pointed to.
Best players on the biggest stages, only the greats.
Yeah. Kid Huddy also said Burns against Southern Miss to go to Omaha in 2023.
That was a damn performance from him.
And then, boy, Kid Huddy, we could definitely do a top 5 for baseball for sure. He said Evan Russell's multi-home run game against Vandy, the Candy Boys.
Xander Sechrist's College World Series run, especially.
Hunter Ensley.
Yeah.
Between the slide, the running face first into a wall.
Yeah.
All the big hits, the leadership. I mean, you would probably have to set aside the World Series, the national championship team, and see they're just kind of like 98's always been off to themselves.
Yeah.
For some of their feats.
I mean, what was Liam Doyle's best start when he was here? Was it the Ole Miss game when he struck out like 14 dudes?
He was great. For some reason, I recall him being great in the regional game against Wake Forest.
Well, that's when he went like berserk off the mound and like sprinted into the dugout.
Yeah,
he's telling people to GTFO.
Yeah.
And was he in relief in that game? I think he might have. I can't recall because that Wake Forest game was like the second or third game in the regional.
I'd have to go look it up. I remember he had some starts that last year where he was untouchable. He was untouchable to everyone who wasn't an Arkansas player, it felt like.
Yeah. All of that to say, we just went through a roll call of amazing baseball moments. Tegan Kuhn's on Friday night ranks right up there. That's, again, just as dominant a performance as I've seen. And what I think, if we make any sort of meaningful run at all in the postseason, I think you can point to the Tegan Kuhn start against Alabama and then the start against Texas as like some of the most pivotal moments in this entire season. That guy, you could argue he could be, almost the MVP of this team because of the timeliness of what he did. Now he turned in a little bit of a dud against Kentucky, but I don't know. Somebody said on the live chat earlier, and maybe it's true, maybe we play to the level of our competition. It's like, think about this, boys. We've won, I think, 4 series maybe this season, and 3 of them are against Mississippi State, Alabama, and Texas. All very, very good teams, all nationally ranked teams. By the way, Tennessee ranked 24th in the Baseball America poll this week.
I'd say we're not in D1's poll.
No, we're not. Baseball America got us in there towards the bottom.
Shout out those guys.
Yeah. But, I mean, so you can argue Tegan Kuhn's has had a hand in at least 2 of those series with just absolute legacy moments as a pitcher. So, That was a great night, man. And also, by the way, I was doing the podcast with Chris Lowe last night, and he was at some of the games this weekend. The setting sounds
the crowd
like
was great.
It was fantastic. You know, weather's perfect. Place is packed.
It was a beautiful weekend.
Yeah, it was really, really nice. Coastal Vol on the live chat says, how fortunate are we as a fan base to mistake our awesome basketball team performances from almost a decade ago, thinking it was just a couple of years ago? Just reinforces that Barnes has cemented himself as a UT legend.
Oh, yeah.
It's not wrong.
Well, we've lost track. I mean, I'm sure that we're not thinking about some Kennedy Chandler games while he was here.
Yeah.
Like he had some, I remember he had some games where he looked like.
Oh, against Kentucky in the SEC tournament that year. I can name you. I mean, after the Texas game when, what's his face? Travis, Barnes' guy from Texas, the guard. It's Travis Ford.
Travis Ford. No.
Who was the?
I'm not following you, Bear. When you're not talking about TJ Ford, are you?
It was whoever one of Barnes' guards at Texas made in the NBA, pulled him aside and talked to him, and then like a switch got flipped.
Yeah.
After that Texas game, and then he became otherworldly for the rest of the season until we ran up against Michigan.
Oh, okay. On that team. I'm trying to figure out who that was. I can't think of it, but
yeah, it was one of Barnes' older guys, I think, talked to Kennedy. And, but yeah, I mean, Kennedy, Zakai had some for the ages. I mean, here's another one to think. I mean, Jemai hitting the game-winning shot against Alabama.
Yeah.
It's a moment.
It's a moment. It's one of the best ever. It's one of the best ever. I was talking about like a body of work.
Full performance.
We talk body of performance. I mean, Jemai Meshack completely shut down. Several NBA players when they were when they played in college. I mean, what was the kid's name from Alabama that was caught up in all the?
Brandon Miller.
Yeah, I mean he smothered. He didn't score a point when Jemai was on the floor.
Yeah, a lot of good times, man.
I miss Jemai, Bob.
This is interesting. Another little tidbit. Input from Coastal Vol. He said, Tony Vitello was never keen on pitching anyway. Gives me hope for Elander going forward. Our bats have been a timing/confidence issue. If Elander can get a few more pitchers going into next year, watch out. He's got to keep the guys he's got, though, with the bats. That's the other thing. He's gonna have to play a little defense for some of those guys just in this new portal era, because some of these guys are going to be getting. You think Grindlinger is going to have some schools inquiring about him?
I'm sure.
Yeah, but I imagine he's one of the bigger priorities for them.
Yeah. I mean, I would just say, just keep around some of these young pitchers. Like we've pitched a lot of freshmen this year, but like there are guys like Taylor Tracy with another year. I think he's going to be really good. Bo Rudy with another year. I think he can be really good.
Some people thought Chandler Day looked pretty good yesterday.
Really good.
So yeah, I think
Will Haas is a true freshman. He pitched a little bit on Sunday, did okay in his couple. I think he only got a couple batters out that he pitched to, but he's a guy who's a true freshman, a lefty that you can see progress. Nick Abraham's only a sophomore. He can still develop.
Yeah, and in a weird kind of way, I guess maybe Appenzeller taking some dings might not hurt from the standpoint. It might cool off some of the potential poaching efforts for him, too. I'm sure he'd be a priority for Tennessee, but just because Cam Appenzeller is getting beat up right now doesn't mean he's a bad pitcher. He's going to be great. He's hitting that freshman wall. That's all.
No, he's going to be really good.
Yeah.
It's just he's never pitched this many innings in his life.
Yeah.
And when he goes out there and pitches, he throws like 4 or 5 innings, at least in SEC play he has. So it takes time to really mature your arm that way because they don't want him to get hurt in the process.
Yeah, definitely so. So I understand Mr. Smith is not Walker, but Russell is back in the house. So he'll be joining the proceedings here when we go to hour 2.
Get your vocal cords warmed up, Bobo.
Yeah, we'll see. I got a scratchy throat, man. I don't know. We'll have to see. Quick timeout, but when we return, it's time for the top 4 at 4. Walker will have that for you. Be right back. Stick around. You're listening to The Drive on Fan Run Radio.
country comes to talk sports. Start your morning off with your daily dose of talk sports with John Reed and Cody McClure from 8 to 11. Then it's Tony Basilio from 11 to 1. The Playbook with William Pattison from 1 to 3. And The Drive from 3 to 6. It's 10 hours of hard-hitting local sports radio every day, right here on the flagship station for Tennessee fans. This is Fan Run Radio, Knoxville.
In a world filled with deadlines and screens, sometimes we forget the simple joys of life, days filled with special moments. At Inward Half, we understand the essence of these moments. Feel the difference between our breathable fabrics and flexible apparel as you disconnect from the hustle and bustle and reconnect with what truly matters. Inward Half, simple luxury for on and off the course.
Hey, Vols fans, Cody Brown here. I grew up right here in Tennessee and know what it means when someone says, I've got your back. That's why you can trust Farm Bureau Insurance of Tennessee. Whether it's your home, your vehicle, your family's future, or the business you built from the ground up, we will show up for all of your insurance needs. We are Tennesseans who understand what matters, which is doing right by you. Insurance is not all about just paperwork and policies, but it's about the people we insure every day. So if you want insurance that hits home, give me a call at 865-992-3871. Go Vols.
Citizens National Bank.
Life is more fun with a Good Life account, offering extra benefits, including bank travel. Experience the trip of a lifetime to Ireland. Explore rolling green hills, historic castles, and charming villages across the Emerald Isle. Get in on the fun. Call 865-429-7935 today.
Citizens National Bank. Banking never felt so good.
Member FDIC.
Are you thinking of buying a home but don't know where to start? Well, call VFL Josh Travis, your local mortgage expert with Foundation Mortgage, based right here in Knoxville. Whether it's your first home or your forever home, he'll keep the process simple every step of the way. To get started, visit mortgagebrokerjosh.com or call 423-312-9777 today. Foundation Mortgage Company, LLC is an equal opportunity housing company. NMLS number 1387311.
Welcome to Axle Logistics, where excellence isn't just a goal, it's an energy. As a leading third-party logistics company, Axle is powered by an award-winning culture built on a work hard, play hard mentality. Here, the drive for success is contagious and hard work never goes unnoticed. Whether you're just starting out or looking to level up, Axle Logistics is the place to launch your career. Join us and take your ambition to the stars. To learn more, visit axlelogistics.com.
You're listening to FM 105.7 and AM 1340, WKGN Knoxville, and W289CU Knoxville, Fan Run Radio.
You served behind the desk.
You served in combat.
You did 4 years and got out.
You were drafted.
You gave 20 years.
You gave exactly what your country needed.
And so did you.
When you raised your hand and swore an oath to your country, when you put your name on a dotted line, you became part of only 1% of Americans who did the same. You are a veteran.
You are a veteran.
You are a veteran. Because no matter when, where, or how you served, you made a sacrifice for your country, and you deserve support.
If you're struggling with life after service, don't wait. Reach out.
Reach out to a loved one, to a fellow veteran, to VA.
Find resources at va.gov/reach.
Brought to you by the United States Department of Veterans Affairs and the Ad Council.
It's time for the Drive's Top 4 at 4.
Huh. Did I miss anything?
Just a show.
Hour of quality sports talk. I knew my watch was an hour behind or ahead or whatever. How's it going, guys? Everybody good?
Doing good.
Yeah. Everybody had a pretty good weekend.
Just basking in the glow of a good Tennessee baseball series.
Oh, man. Did you have a good weekend, Russ? Pretty good. Yeah, pretty good, man. It's been a day, but pretty good. We're doing good. Walker rocking the Gibson guitar hat. I like that.
Thank you.
You a guitar player, Walker?
Not.
Just like the hat.
Yeah, it's a great hat. Great company.
Just thought we
They
might be
make
able to
good
jam
products.
sometime.
No.
Whatever happened to the orange one? We're never going to see that again?
I wore that this weekend.
It's like, I'm never wearing that in here again
What,
after.
did you do some road work or?
No, I was hanging out with my friends, people that love the
community
hat.
service. You had to finish up there. All right, good to be back with you. Walker Smith has the top 4 at 4. Walker, enlighten us.
Thank you, Russell. At number 1, Tegan Coons is the SEC Pitcher of the Week after his 15 strikeout performance in the Vols' 5-1 win over Texas Friday night at Lindsey Nelson Stadium. Coons went 7 innings and threw 113 pitches in the win, giving up just 4 hits with 1 walk to the 15 strikeouts.
Wow. Epic performance by him Friday night when we needed it most. Out-dueling Dylan Volantis. I mean, that was, what was that, 5-1?
Yes.
I mean, it was not a high-scoring game.
No. It's
And-
wild. We're the only team that's beaten that guy.
Yeah, we've beaten him twice.
Yeah.
Bookended beating. So I'll take it, man. What a weekend at Lindsey Nelson. Baseball Vols getting a couple of dubs and doing the Undertaker GIF again. Rising up on us just when we thought they were donezo.
Oh,
they got a little more left in the tank.
They're back.
I'm sure you guys have already hit on it, though. The Landon Mack news is concerning, to say the least.
It is concerning. I mean, it's good now that we got the 2 wins this weekend and we feel pretty good about making the NCAA tournament. So we don't need him, hopefully, to pitch against Oklahoma, but it's worrying nonetheless.
We will have Ross Kivett from the baseball team on here in about an hour and a half.
That's going to be awesome.
Kiv.
Always a great interview.
Drinking from the keg of glory this afternoon after a big series win. Got to follow it up, though, man. A tough trip to Oklahoma City this week in the Sooners.
Yes. We are deadlocked with them in the conference standings, too, both 13 and 14.
I saw that. Yeah. So they dropped a couple of games this weekend to Auburn or Arkansas.
Right.
Very good. So hopefully we can handle them.
We will see. At number 2, the 2026 NBA draft order is officially set after Sunday afternoon's lottery, with the Washington Wizards landing the top pick and the Indiana Pacers losing its protected draft pick. 3 Vols are now mocked to be drafted in the 2-round mock drafts, with Nate Ament going number 10 to the Bucks, Felix Okpara going number 54 to the Warriors, and Jacoby Gillespie going number 60th to the Wizards.
Yeah, there's a couple mocks that now have all 3 of them getting drafted in the first 2 rounds. It's pretty cool.
So Jacoby going maybe 48. Where was it? Damn, I read it right before we went to air. I can't remember.
Walker said it 2 seconds ago as well.
Well, though that was one of them, but that was where he'd be the last pick in the draft at 60.
No, I mean, there was one where he was like
48. Yeah. This was the ones I listed were ESPN's, but I believe The Athletic put one out too where they had Nate also going at number 10. They had Felix, I think, going a couple picks before or a couple picks later, like number 56 or so. And they moved Jacoby all the way up into the lower 40s.
The other thing I was mentioning in hour 1, Russ, was back to Nate Ament. Kevin O'Connor, remember that dude from Yahoo that stirred everything up? So
did we have him on the show?
I don't know.
No.
You might be thinking of Kevin Sweeney. But O'Connor's the one that was saying, I got Ament going like 18th. Well, now he's projecting Nate Ament at 10 2 weeks later. So
that's how this stuff goes.
Yeah,
They're just
exactly.
predictions.
They
They're just
are.
predictions. At number 3, Missouri Tigers running back Ahmad Hardy, a first-team All-SEC selection last season, was shot at a concert in Mississippi early Sunday morning and is in stable condition following surgery. Hardy is was alert today and moving around, and there is optimism he will play football again.
Scary.
I mean, you guys, I know we didn't play Missouri this year, but I'm sure you guys
He was
remember
very
watching
good.
him. Like, this guy is
stud.
He
probably the best running back in the conference, potentially.
The only Mizzou game I remember watching was
Bama.
they played South Carolina, and he ran all over them.
Yeah.
Did they specify where he got shot, or just that he got shot?
They didn't specify where. All they said is that he had to go into surgery right after, and that he's in stable
You
condition
mean
now.
location or body?
Wait, yeah, like where in his body?
Oh,
No, I didn't see
What
that.
concert was he at?
Didn't say.
that's what I'm saying. They didn't mention, but he's in stable condition, right? You
Yes,
said that.
they expect him to play football again.
Probably the Eagles. Bad company.
Could have been
One of those Oasis shows.
Violence.
Yeah, there's a lot of violence in those. It's a nasty crowd, the Oasis people. And at number 4, longtime Atlanta Braves manager Bobby Cox, who won more than 2,500 games in his career and was inducted into the Hall of Fame in 2014, passed away on Sunday at the age of 84. Cox ranks 4th all-time with 2,504 wins in 29 years as a manager, including 25 years in 2 stints with the Braves and 4 years with the Toronto Blue Jays. He was named Manager of the Year 4 times and capped off by being a World Series champion in 1995.
Was he the last of the truly great baseball managers that could get ejected at any moment?
I mean, he was part of a dying breed of crusty old baseball guys that, Tony La Russa, Jim Leland, Joe Torre, Bobby Cox, man, just like old guys who grew up hard scrabbled and a day and age where the players didn't make much money and were just old school about it.
Love of the game kind of guys.
Yeah, and I don't know if you guys have treated yourselves to a couple of Bobby's more epic meltdowns over the weekend, but
I watched the 20-minute cut video. It was
the one about the catcher's box.
Yes, where they narrowed it.
Yeah, because that was the one time that he actually got caught on the open mic. I mean, he got it all that way.
Yeah.
He got a really hard BS, and I don't give a bleep.
Well, I mean, you can look at the picture of it and see where the lines used to be, Russ. And that was like that was the one where it was the first one pitch got thrown, right?
Yeah,
I mean, he got ran after the first pitch.
And then there's the one where Chipper and Smoltz talked about in Cincinnati where like Smoltz accidentally got like tangled up at the ump, and the ump was like, well, you shoved me. And then
what was the one where it wasn't Smoltz, the professor got him ejected? It was his fault.
I don't know about that one, but he had more of them than, was it 160?
I think was he the leader all time?
Yes, but I mean, it was almost an entire regular season worth of games, worth of ejections. It is insane when you think about it that way.
Baseball is just a little bit
and
less
I
fun
never,
with him not in it.
I mean, he was like your grandpa watching Braves games in the 90s.
Yes, Lasorda, those guys.
But I never thought of, he got tossed every now and then, but I never thought of him as A, prolifically getting tossed, or B, like an angry guy. I didn't think when I think of angry managers, I think of like
Billy Martin, Earl Weaver, those
yeah,
guys.
Ozzie Guillen more recently.
Yeah,
was an angry manager. Bobby was just like would stick up for his guys more than anything. But I mean, I never viewed him as above and beyond hot-headedness or anything like that. But he certainly got his money's worth.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Walker. That is the top 4 at 4. Yeah, no way the Braves were losing Saturday night after Bobby passed away. Bob, I mean, I'm sure you saw that and were like, well, go ahead and scratch that one off. Hopefully we can get it done Sunday.
Well, actually, I thought we were done because you had sent this text at 2:21 on Saturday saying, in light of Bobby Cox's passing, I think we must postpone our bet this weekend.
You just kind of stopped there. What was the second part of that?
Well, you can't. That's the headline. You can't do unless, of course, they win. Then you can't have it both ways. I take that as your first request.
Which, I mean, that's exactly what you would be saying to me. if your boys had won yesterday, right?
Well, no, they would have just
can't
won.
have it both ways.
Nah, I probably would have been a kinder, gentler guy. I would have said, "Hey, you guys had a big loss in your organization. I understand."
You can't even say that with a straight face.
Well, I'm fine. I'm not laughing about it at all.
Oh, you are chuckling, struggling to maintain a stiff upper lip right now.
I'm all good. I really am.
Wait, are you trying to wriggle off the hook on this one, Bob? Are you welching? Because we had a gentleman's agreement. An agreement was made, sir.
I'm just
people listen to this show.
I'm getting misdirected by a lot of your rhetoric on text, though. That's all.
One text. Was clearly
all it takes is one, buddy.
That was clearly tongue in cheek. I mean, you guys know me. Bear, how long have you known me? If my boys had lost, if we had gotten swept this weekend,
you'd have shown up and you'd have paid off.
I'd have belted it out, baby. Little Randy Newman, the velvet chords, vocal cords of Russell Smith would be blaring brightly for all to hear.
Probably would have sang it better than Randy does.
I don't know about all that. It would have been awful.
World-class singer.
It would have been, I would have butchered it. But I would have done it. I would have done it. And I expect the same from you, sir. I don't know where you come from. I don't know what the policy was on under review, but here on the drive, we do not welch, sir. We do not welch on our bets.
Money, nothing. We never do. I made Trey pay me just a ridiculous bet. It was like $100, $200, something like that, something crazy. I still got it in an envelope.
So I expect we don't have to do it now. I'd like to build a little anticipation. Maybe we can do it when we have Ross Kivett on.
Oh, that'd be good. I'm sure he'd appreciate that.
Hey, Coach.
Is he a Braves fan?
Bob has something he'd like to tell you. Oh! He's like, what have I gotten myself into?
I don't know. It's kind of a polarizing topic, though, by the way.
What's that? The chop?
Yeah. Just in this day and age.
Please. You're not going to go woke bear on me. Or you going to pretend to be offended by the tomahawk chop?
I'm not woke. I'm just stating facts.
The fact that you're deeply
I'm not.
I'm so offended. I can't believe that you even play. That's just reprehensible thing to do.
All I've ever said is there are probably people that would find that very offensive.
Yeah, we call them wusses.
We call them Native Americans, but you do you.
I mean, the Eastern Band of the Cherokee Indians doesn't seem to think it's too offensive.
Do they still? Now, serious question, because I don't follow the Braves that much. Do they still do the chop in the stadium and everything?
Oh, they cut that out.
They do they cut out they don't do the
what?
The organ, the melody to it, but they play the war drum and everybody does it in the.
Why does the organ not playing the melody make it acceptable?
It's a great question.
The organ, it is a great question. Why? How far? What should we do to make it more palatable to Native Americans? And
I have no idea.
You don't?
No.
You don't know. All I know is that some people would find it offended. I don't know what you have to do. Come on, man. Like, have an opinion. Say what you mean. Don't have 1 foot in one camp and 1 foot in the other.
Because I really don't care about it because it doesn't offend me. But I'm just telling you, there are people it offends, or else it wouldn't have been a thing.
Yeah,
it's kind of like the whole Redskins.
Nobody's offended over it. Nobody's offended over it.
Which your take on that somehow became my take on it.
What?
Back in the day when you used to claim that no Indian tribe wanted the Washington Redskins to change their
Nobody's
name.
offended over it, man. You know who's offended? White people. White people like have to be offended on behalf of other groups. Oh, just the worst. Just the worst.
So there's some ugly things said again on Twitter.
They won't be happy until like we just don't refer to Native Americans anymore. You got to change the name. And here's the best example of that is like the Indians, the Cleveland Indians, like just been over, like they just let themselves be run over by the woke folk. They're like, okay, we'll change the logo on the hat. Wasn't enough. Okay, we'll take away Chief Wahoo. Wasn't enough. Okay, we'll change the nickname. And they're still shamed for it. There's still people like, oh, well, I mean, you had the nickname for 80 years.
FSU's not going to change it. The Chicago Blackhawks aren't going to change it.
I love the native. Like, I think it's cool, man. Like, what are we going to do? Just pretend that these people don't exist or never existed? Will that cover up enough for your white guilt? Will that make you feel bad, feel okay if we just no more Braves, no more
me?
Who else? Yeah, everybody.
Again, for the fifth time, I really don't care.
But you think other people would care, so you're offended on behalf of them. You don't care.
No, I'm not offended at all. I'm just stating. I'm just telling you, as someone who watches. All I'm telling you is there's going to be a group of people.
Watches what?
Like the news, current events.
Wait, really?
I can tell you, society, somebody's going to be aggrieved.
Yes.
What you do with that, I don't know. I'm saying I don't care. I'm not one of the aggrieved.
No, well, I'll tell you
I'm
exactly.
Just telling
I will
you
tell you exactly what I do with it. I don't care. You don't get to change things. That's the only way you stop this stuff. It's like, no, you can be offended. I mean, like if you want to be like, that's fine. I'm sorry that you're offended, but we're not changing. We're not stopping.
It's just, I don't care about it. I have no control over any
Sound like
of
you
it.
do.
No, it really doesn't. Honestly.
Bob, are you afraid of being ostracized from your circle of concerned citizens? If there's audio recordings out there of you doing the tomahawk chop, is that what this boils down to? Are you concerned for the
come on, Bob, you work for
Native American peoples out there who are, I mean, I can only imagine on their reservations right now, they're punching in the casino and they're like, you know what? I've got concerns here. My kids, I got bills to pay. Gas is $4.19 a gallon. Mom's in the hospital and everything. But you know what really rubs me wrong is that damn tomahawk chop. Like, I don't know if I can really go to work today. It's a lot.
I'm confused, man.
I mean, it could be even the top five, dude. You worked on the Stern Show.
Yeah.
And doing the chop on the drive to pay off a bet, it couldn't even be top five most bizarre things that you've been involved around, loosely.
Oh, that's true. Hey, why not? If Lane Kiffin can... Did you see what he's complaining about?
It was a great weekend for racism. It was out there this weekend a lot. I mean,
a lot of different areas.
You had there were a lot of people saying that the black athlete should boycott the SEC because voting suppression, whatever. You had that Chud the Builder guy.
Yeah, he got arrested
out there. Like he's out there like tempting fate.
I didn't see that.
And you got to see this guy. He's
an idiot.
And then you had Lane Kiffin saying, part of the reason I left Ole Miss is because they're a bunch of racists. But then there was one more. What was there?
I was not aware that Chud the Builder guy.
You asking me to wear?
No, neither was I. Hey, that guy's a nut, man. I couldn't stop watching every time it popped on my.
Wonder how he's doing over there in Metro lockup in Nashville with no bail. Hate it for him.
Jack Foster is not in jail.
No.
He will join us live from his very well-prepared restream background. For those of you watching along on YouTube, we will talk all things Tennessee baseball. Bob, we'll let you go and get the vocal cords warmed up. I recommend a little Bengay on the arm. Like, that'll help you achieve full extension on the chop.
No, we didn't. To be clear, I'll do my part. But the earlier there was the whole I'll bring the headgear and everything else. That's the bridge too far. It's like come
on, man. Are you going to commit or not? I said with gusto.
He said he will not
with
commit.
gusto. I want gusto,
Ergo
Bob.
Cultural appropriation, Bob.
Wait a second.
Full headdress, buddy.
Barack Obama over there. I got to give that to Coastal. He's the one who came up with that.
It's beautiful.
It's good. Barack Obama.
Yeah.
All right. Quick timeout. It is The Drive. It's Fan Run Radio. We're back with more right after this.
The Drive.
105.7 FM, 1340 AM. Online at fanrunradio.com and streaming on the free Fan Run Radio app. This is Fan Run Radio, Knoxville.
Are you ready to show off that confident, radiant smile you've always dreamed of? Well, here at Knoxville Smiles, we're ready to turn your dream into a reality. At Knoxville Smiles, we're more than just a dental practice. We're your partners in achieving optimum oral health. From routine cleanings and checkups to advanced cosmetics and restorative procedures, we offer a wide range of services in an environment that makes every visit a positive and comfortable experience. At Knoxville Smiles, it's about more than just treatments. We're focused on creating a welcoming environment where you feel like family. Our state-of-the-art facilities are designed with your comfort in mind, and our friendly staff is always ready to address your questions and concerns. Don't wait any longer to achieve a beautiful smile you deserve. Schedule your appointment at Knoxville Smiles today and take that first step towards a healthier, happier you. Call us at 865-539-1776 to book your appointment today, or just visit our website at knoxvillesmiles.com.
Welcome to Axle Logistics, where excellence isn't just a goal, it's an energy. As a leading third-party logistics company, Axle is powered by an award-winning culture built on a work hard, play hard mentality. Here, the drive for success is contagious and hard work never goes unnoticed. Whether you're just starting out or looking to level up, Axle Logistics is the place to launch your career. Join us and take your ambition to the stars. To learn more, visit axlelogistics.com.
Rickard Ridge Barbecue. It's more than just dinner, it's a destination. Hey, this is Russell Smith, and whenever somebody asks me for a barbecue recommendation, I always tell them to take the quick drive up I-75 and visit Rickard Ridge Barbecue. Rickard Ridge is about a 20-minute drive up I-75 from downtown Knoxville. Just take exit 134 in Caryville, hang a right, and Rickard Ridge is tucked just inside Cove Lake State Park on your left. You can't miss it. Fall off the bone Memphis-style baby back ribs, slow-smoked chicken thighs, fresh, juicy, hand-cut steaks. Rickard Ridge has it all. And this ain't no Yankee chain store fly-by-night operation either. Owner Mark Rickard has spent years honing his smoking skills in Memphis, and his secret recipe and techniques have been driving East Tennessee wild for years. So make time to check him out. Rickard Ridge Barbecue inside Cove Lake State Park and online at rickardridgebbq.com.
Blackford Veterinary Surgery Referral specializes in surgeries not regularly performed by your pet's general veterinarian. They're currently accepting referrals from vets all across the country. With their newly renovated state-of-the-art surgery center and highly trained staff, clients can rely on professional and thorough care. If your vet says that your pet needs surgery or rehab, ask for a referral to Blackford Vet and let them get your best friend back on its feet. Located conveniently in West Knoxville. For more information, visit blackfordvetsurgery.com.
Aaron Walker, all here with me as we get set to talk to Jack Foster of HockeyTopInsider.com. Hello, Jack. How are you, sir?
I'm doing great, Russell, and I am regretting not being at my house today because of the excellent tease you gave before a commercial break about the background, but at my parents' house today, so not the awesome Zoom background behind me, just got this little football field banner, but we're making do with what we got.
Oh, I don't have it pulled up yet. There you are. Oh, yeah, it's okay. I mean, yeah,
it's not bad.
I mean, the lighting, we'll say, leaves a little something to be desired, and the backdrop not as good as we are accustomed to. But it's all good, Jack. Good to see you, my friend. Hope you're doing well. The Vols doing well after rising up again, winning 2 of 3 against Texas. this weekend at Lindsey Nelson Stadium. All right, where is this team heading into the final week of regular season play? 13-14 in the SEC. What do they need to get done this week to best position themselves for NCAA tournament success?
Well, what Tennessee did with a series win over Texas was, significantly improve its RPI, and I would say officially lock themselves into the NCAA tournament. Even if Tennessee were to get swept by Oklahoma, I think the Vols make it. A win of that magnitude, a series win of that magnitude against top 5 Texas is incredible and would go a long way. Of course, Tennessee has impressive series wins over Alabama, which continues to get better by the weeks, and Mississippi State, a very impressive road series sweep. So Tennessee's in the tournament, even if things completely fall apart in Oklahoma City or Hoover. I still think Tennessee will make it. But now Tennessee, I know, has a chance to sweep Oklahoma and insert themselves into the hosting bubble. They have a chance to position themselves well in Hoover if they can get 2 or 3 wins and some things fall their way. Maybe they don't have to play on Tuesday. And that was a much needed series win after what was a very disappointing weekend in Kentucky. And, this Tennessee offense has looked very, very good at times, and it did so this past weekend.
Hey, Jack, appreciate you joining us as always. Let's talk about that whole concept of getting a chance to not have to play right off the bat on Tuesday in the SEC conference tournament, depending upon what they can do in Oklahoma this weekend. That becomes ever more important. It looms large now because of the unknown that exists with Landon Mack's status. Kind of some of the things I'm hearing behind the scenes are, you get arm soreness this late in the season. That may not be a good sign. Any thoughts on this? Like, who's the heir apparent if this happens? We proved it on Sunday. It was out of necessity, but you can't count on going with a bullpen game moving forward here. We're running out of time.
Yeah, it's tough because the 2 arms you look to are Brandon Arvidsson and Cameron Appenzeller, but that's Tennessee's bullpen right now. After those 2 guys, there's not much reliability. So if you were to move one of them into a starting spot, it would, of course, make the bullpen even worse than what it already is. I think Arvidsson is the best positioned type of arm to start for Tennessee, more so than Appenzeller. But, of course, with Tennessee needing those 2 in the bullpen, it's tough to say what is the best, path for Tennessee to take here. I thought Nick Abraham should have started Sunday. I like what he's done a couple of times this season. It hasn't been perfect, but he started a handful of midweek games. He started one last year. He's not a true freshman. He's had a year under his belt of collegiate ball. So, if it's not Arvidsson or Appenzeller, I think I'd go him, but obviously not confidently. And then just talking about Mack, arm soreness is not what you want to hear. It sounds like Tennessee is exercising caution here. We'll see how significant it ends up being down the road. But, if Tennessee were to sit Landon Mack here until the NCAA tournament and he's fine for regionals, then you have a rested pitcher back 100% ready to go. And that could end up being more of a positive than a negative in the long run. You bite the bullet here in the short term for better play long term. But of course, that requires this to not be a significant deal, which none of us really know at this point.
Yeah, I think we're all just traumatized by the AJ Russell situation, right? Where it was
Right.
like it's arm soreness and he's going to be back. He's going to try. He's working through some things, and he would pitch, and you think, okay, and they pitch again and think, here we go. And then he'd say, no, he's sore, and they'd wait another couple of weeks, and then the process would repeat itself, and it just, eventually ended in surgery. Hopefully Landon Mack doesn't have to go under the knife, and this is indeed just precautionary. But I mean, we see it all the time in the big leagues too. Like the just arm soreness. It sounds so benign, but it is such a it's what you don't want to hear, man. It's at this point, whenever I hear that, I just think, oh no, like this guy's going to be done for a year.
Yeah, it's obviously not what you want to hear, but at least we didn't see anything in action that clearly bothered Mack. With Russell, you saw it happen there early in the year, and then every time he come back out, you could tell it was bothering him, and it just kept getting worse. I think every time he pitched, with Mac the last time out when he
Yeah.
shoved against Kentucky.
It was his best performance.
Everything looked good. It was a great bounce back effort for him. So, like I said, the hope is that this is just a precautionary thing, and if it's at all, risky, or if you're 50-50 and you're the coaching staff, I don't think you throw him at Oklahoma because, I just think hosting's too much of a long shot to push anything like that. You're in the tournament. Like, just make sure he's healthy for the postseason is what I would do.
So therein lies a dilemma. We talked a little bit about this. I wanted to get your take on it. Because you could approach it with maybe you go Coons, Blanco, and Arvidsson, but then it feels like you've exposed your bullpen quite a bit since Appenzeller feels like the freshman wall is a real thing.
Mm-hmm.
Do you, I guess really some of it might depend on the outcomes of the game. I mean, I still think they need to probably get one in Oklahoma. And so do we maybe in fact see a bullpen game on Sunday, or do you think it's Arvidsson?
Yeah, it's hard to say. I think it just depends on how the games go. I think Tennessee will enter the weekend with a TBD on Sunday. That would be wise. And then see how Friday goes. And if you have a 5 to 6 run lead, which is certainly possible with the way Teagan's pitching, the way this offense is hitting, you don't throw Arvidsson. You just try to get through it with some other guys. Maybe you do throw Appenzeller. He's obviously struggling. I mean, you could say Rudy's more reliable than him right now. It's kind of a wild card with many of these guys, but I would save Arvidsson if you have a comfortable lead. But if you are up 1 to 2 runs and it's the 8th and 9th inning, it'd be hard to not throw him just to go ahead and get one. I mean, yes, 13 should get you in the tournament, but 14, absolutely locks it. So you're right. You still want to get one this weekend, and if there's a chance for it to be taken there on Friday night, I would not blame Elander for doing so and throwing Tennessee's best bullpen arm in game 1. But I just think it largely depends on how the games go.
Yeah, I think that was kind of their philosophy this past week. I'll bet you, and we'll talk to Ross Kivett. We can ask him about some of this stuff next hour, but I'll bet you if they had another run or two lead Friday night, they would have tried to just get through and save Arvidsson or Appenzeller for Sunday as a starter. But and Tony was this way too. Like, he would go all in on Friday. Like, if you have a chance to win the game, you win the game and you answer whatever questions are left over later. And I'll bet you that's how they approach it this week. And I think that's probably the right approach, is like, hey man, even knowing what we know about Tennessee's bullpen beyond Arvidsson and Appenzeller, if you have a chance to win Thursday and or Friday, you go all in, you do it, you throw your best arms and try and get 1 or 2 of those wins. And then if you don't have much left over Saturday, you don't have much left over, but you've got your 14 or 15 wins and you're in pretty good shape at that point.
Yeah, you're right. That's what Tennessee did this weekend. The game 1 was a bit closer, so it was a natural decision to go to Arv
Who
there.
gave up
But
the run? Was that Coons who gave up the run?
no, Arvidsson gave up a solo homer to Aiden Robbins. It was a 1-out solo homer in the 8th, I believe. Anyway, but game 2 was pretty much out of hand when Appenzeller entered the game, and I thought maybe Tennessee was going to mix and match to finish that game and then go to App to start game 3, but they went ahead and said, hey, let's try to get the series win. Of course, Cam wasn't good, so I think another arm may have been better in that spot results-wise, but that was the mentality, right? To try and get the series win done, which it's going to be more important for Tennessee to have gotten that series win over Texas in that spot than I think it would be, in a game 2 at Oklahoma this week. It's a little bit less of a pressure spot for Tennessee to get a win there if they already have one on Thursday, of course.
You haven't been covering Vol baseball forever, but you've been covering it for quite some time now. Can you recall a more dominant performance on the mound than the one we saw from Teagan Coons on Friday night?
It's hard to say that there is one. I mean, there's better highs and just wow performances, specifically out of the bullpen, with Burns and stuff. And I think about Doyle in the regional. Doyle against Texas A&M last year was pretty dang good. I know he had double-digit strikeouts, almost pitched a complete game. He and Dylan Loy combined for the no-hitter there. So I remember that one being pretty freaking dominant. But 15 strikeouts, I mean, it's the most Tennessee's had in 20-something years. And the way he did it, just fastball, eating Texas up, it was just lights out. And Texas stood no chance anytime those guys stepped into the box, it felt like. So it's hard for me to say definitively that there's a performance I remember being more dominant. I would say Doyle's Texas A&M last year's is a memorable one. I'm sure Dolander had some I'm forgetting because he was so dang good a couple of times too. But yeah, 15 strikeouts, man, it goes a long way when talking about most dominant outings from a Tennessee starter here in the last 5-6 years.
We talk about Appenzeller hitting the freshman wall. One guy who is not hitting the freshman wall is Trent Grenlinger.
Yeah.
And I keep waiting for teams to figure him out because we saw that last year with Levi Clark, after a hot start, like teams kind of figured him out. And I keep waiting for him to cool off. But as I think it was Burke yesterday said, it's like, man, he is just a hitter. Like he just knows how to get in there. It's not all swinging for the fences. He'll take pitches. He's choosy, doesn't swing at anything, will go the opposite way. Like, will just do anything to get on base. And, man, he's fantastic. Very excited to see what the future holds for Trent Grenlinger.
Stud. This is the type of guy that you get excited about for years to come. You hit the nail on the head. Just a hitter. Reminds me of Dylan Dreiling. He's come up in big moments, too. He's had a couple of times to where guys on base need to deliver, and he's done it. Seems like a guy, who has a veteran presence at the plate, not that of a freshman. Hits to all areas of the field. He can bunt. He's done that a handful of times. I think he has 4 or 5 sack bunts in the last 3 weeks. So he's very versatile with what he can do. And the power's starting to come along. There for a long time this season, he didn't have a home run. And it was just, singles, doubles. You didn't see that power, which was a little strange given how big he is and how much of a strong guy he is. But now it's starting to come 4 homers since April 24th. So that part of his game is starting to develop too. And yeah, safely in that cleanup spot in Tennessee's lineup. He's not moving from that. And this is a guy that Tennessee is going to obviously return next year. And that's the kind of guy that the offense is going to revolve around for the next couple of years.
I was watching that Saturday night game, and we talked about it a little earlier in the show. It felt like, to me, such a kind of a flashback to some of the Tony Vitello teams. I mean, that offense was just absolutely over the top on Saturday night. 16 hits, 6 home runs, made Evan Blanco's job a lot easier. Blanco was solid, got him to the 8th inning. But he wasn't spectacular, but it was okay, right? You had so much offense there. And they're doing this all with, the guy who ended up ironically having a dud of a series was Henry Ford. I think 1 for 13 in his at-bats. I'm really excited to see the bats coming around like they have. We've been seeing it for a little while. Lost a little of it in Kentucky for a moment, but it feels like it's back now.
Yes, it does. There's really, since the Mississippi State series, been 4 games where Tennessee's offense has felt bad, lifeless, whatever word you want to use. It's games 1 and 2 against Ole Miss. It's games 1 and 2 against Kentucky. Now, in all 4 of those games, a good pitcher, at least through, in Ole Miss's case, I think 2 elite pitchers. The Kentucky guys was a little bit more underwhelming because those guys didn't have good numbers, but the talent was there at least for them, and they just shut down Tennessee. But outside of those 4 games, all 3 games in Starkville, series finales against Ole Miss and Kentucky, games 2 and all the games against Alabama, even game 1, they hit really well. And then, of course, against Texas here this past weekend, it's a much different team than what we saw in March and early April. It's complete. It doesn't rely on just a couple of guys. And, you got to love what Garrett Wright's doing. Blake Grimmer can hit a homer at any moment. His power is probably the best on the team. Blaine Brown there in the 9-hole can hit a ball out of the yard at any, moment's notice. I know the consistency hasn't been there for him, but he's still a dangerous player. And then, Manny Marin, I thought, was very impressive against Texas. We've talked about Grenlinger. There's just multiple different ways to look for production right now, which is a great problem to have. What Reese just did on Senior Day speaks for itself. So I think you have to have faith in this Tennessee offense moving into the postseason to at least contribute and to be solid. Yes, it still can be bad. It still can underwhelm. We just saw it, 8 days ago. So I don't want to say it's one of the best in the country or one of the best in the SEC, anything like that. Yes, it hit Volantis well, but we saw what it did against Kentucky's first 2 starters. So it's not perfect, but way better than it was early in the season. And I think it should give you more optimism than pessimism moving into the postseason.
One more question I have tied to some of the players, because I agree with everything you just said. Do you have any intel whatsoever on why we didn't see Jay Abernathy? I mean, I know he came in and played the field a little bit yesterday, but he was pretty much a no-show the whole weekend. And then also I saw Tyler Myatt got an at-bat, and that feels like a lifetime since I've seen him. Any insight on what's going on there?
Yeah, the Myatt at-bat was just game out of hand. Why not, I think. And then Jay Abernathy not getting playing time. He's just the 10th guy right now. And with how well it worked, games 1 and 2, I think it's just don't change anything, right? If you're Josh Elander, we just shelled Texas's game 2 starter, Luke Harrison. So not going to change in the series finale. And it did pretty well in game 1 too. So didn't change going into Saturday. I don't blame Elander for that. Stone catching all 3 games may be something we don't see every weekend. It may have just been like, this team is hot, let's not change anything. But, anytime Stone doesn't catch and Garrett Wright goes behind the plate, Jay Abernathy's going to play. I don't think this says anything about Jay necessarily. It's just Tennessee didn't tinker with a lineup that was working in the early part of the series. And Jay's just kind of the 10th guy right now, But I do think that if there's any game Lawless doesn't catch, which there will probably be 1, 2, maybe more for the rest of the season, that Abernathy will get that center field nod. But I guess it is important to note that that's the only way I see Abernathy playing. I don't think Levi Clark will catch anymore. He was catching Blanco over there for the vast majority of the season. That has gone away. Feels like Wright is the number 2 catcher, and Clark and Grimmer are just kind of the first and second baseman right now. I don't see that changing.
I do wonder if Texas switched to their pitching rotation. They're going to pitch Riojas, who started yesterday, on Saturday. And I do wonder if they had stuck to that, if we would have seen Abernathy in center field on Saturday. But after the outburst on Saturday and Lawless homered Saturday, I think they probably just like, well, we can't take him out now.
Right. No, that's a good point. There may have been
it was a lefty, the 2 lefties. So I think they would have gone lefty righty. But anyway, it'll be interesting to see how it all shakes out this weekend. I'm guessing Oklahoma doesn't have multiple lefties in their starting rotation, but I don't know that for certain. We shall see. Good stuff with Jack Foster of Rocky Top Insider. Jack, before we let you go, your thoughts on my Atlanta Braves going into Los Angeles and just decimating Bob Baskerville's Dodgers in their own house.
Man, screw the Dodgers. So let's go.
Thanks for joining us.
I did not know.
Jack.
Is Bob actually a Dodger fan?
Yes, I grew up one.
Gotcha.
Long story, but yeah.
Hey,
Tore his kingdom down, Jack.
Yeah, I mean, that's impressive, right? I'm a Reds fan, so can't relate. The skid has been bad after leading the division there for like a week and a half. We had our moment in the sun, but I don't think we're ever getting it back.
We got a series win against the Astros, Jack. It's okay. That's why you get off to a hot start so you can stay over 500 when you lose 8 in a row.
I love how Jack's doing the homer slip back into the bushes thing when he figured out Bob was really a Dodgers fan.
I hate the Dodgers. So
yeah, that's fair. You're entitled. That all began when I was growing up in Indiana, and the Dodgers and the Reds were in the same division. You weren't even of this earth when that was all happening, but that made me grow to hate the Reds and start getting a lot of Dodger baseball cards. And lo and behold, became a Dodger fan. Lived in LA for a while, so that was even better. They'll survive. This was okay.
He'll be leading us in a rousing rendition of the Tomahawk Chop coming up here in just a few minutes, Jack. You'll want to tune in for that.
Will do. Got it.
Thank you. Jack Foster, RockyTopInsider.com. Thanks so much.
Thank you, Jack.
All right. Thanks, Russell. Thanks, Bob. See you guys.
See you, boys.
Jack Foster making his presence felt this afternoon I don't know what to make of these guys, man. Like, do you have any confidence at all that Tennessee wins this series this week?
Win the series?
Yeah.
I think they could win the series. I'd be more inclined to say they win one game because it means a lot to Oklahoma too. You know,
Sure.
This is an important
Both
series.
scrapping.
Yep. So I do like that concept though. If they could avoid playing on Tuesday, if they could win the series, that'd be a big deal.
Huge.
Big deal.
All right, quick timeout. The drive continues. It's Fan Run Radio. Bob warming up the vocal cords, getting his tomahawk elbow ready, and we will continue with more Fan Run Radio right after this.
The Drive. Congratulations. You found sports radio that doesn't suck. This is Fan Run Radio, Knoxville.
Is your yard starting to look more wild than welcoming? Yeah, don't let your landscape be that house on the block. At ECR Total Landscapes, we make sure your outdoor space is something you're proud of. From de-weeding flower beds to leaf blowing, trimming, mulching, and more, completely customizable to your property's specific needs. We'll handle it all. Why spend your weekends sweating it out in the yard when you can just sit back and enjoy it? That's the ECR difference. And right now, new customers can get 10% off your first month of our monthly maintenance package when you sign up for a full calendar year. That's right. Consistent, reliable service at a price that makes it easy to get started. No sweat, no hassle, just a better looking lawn week after week. Call ECR Total Landscapes today and mention promo code FANRUN to save 10% on your first month. Call 865-384-2012 or visit us online at ecrtotallandscapes.com.
White Claw is taking hard seltzer to new heights with White Claw Surge. At 8% alcohol, White Claw Surge is a stronger wave of refreshment that doesn't compromise on taste. Available in 4 bold waves of flavor like ripe blackberry, citrusy blood orange, zesty natural lime, and tart cranberry. Check out your favorite retailer in-store and online for the White Claw Surge Variety 12-pack and 16-ounce single-serve cans. White Claw Surge. Please drink responsibly.
Are you ready for the start of a new season? Maybe looking for your team to go on a tournament run? Get game day ready with Crumble. Head on over to your nearest location and pick up 12 pre-selected cookies plus exclusive toppers. When you're looking for dessert options, there's no question about who you should call on. Our listeners already know. Last year, the Dubai chocolate was a home run, along with the brownie batter. Oreo crumb was another crowd favorite. What new flavor will set the standard this season? If you're in the Knoxville area, there are 3 locations ready to serve you: Clinton Highway, Parkside Drive, and Maryville. Download the Crumble app to build your best lineup and vote on the best combos. You can even put your bid in to request a new flavor. Order in the app and slide on over to your nearest location. Tell them Fan Run sent you, and as always, it's for the fans, by the fans. Don't miss the cookies.
A brand built in Tennessee and
says Oklahoma does have one lefty starter.
Yeah, Friday starter Cameron Johnson. He says that's the only starter that they typically use.
Is that their Friday? Because we start on Thursday.
Yeah, it'll be, you would assume.
So it'll be their Friday night guy on Thursday.
I would think so, yeah.
So definitely would expect to see Lawless in there, and depending on how he does, I'd like to see Abernathy get another shot, man, because I think so much of this is, and particularly now with the injury to Mack. I mean, look, I'm hopeful that this team can get into the postseason and throw some punches and all that stuff. They've got a lot of talent, but I've also already got one eye on next year, and you don't want Abernathy getting disgruntled. Well, you guys did and take it. I don't anyway. I know some people, well, he's only hitting 200. Like, it'll be his third year in the program. He's fast. He's physical. He's a culture guy. Like, I want to keep him. I want to keep Grinlinger, Levi Clark, obviously, Grimmer, if has another year, which I think he does, although I've seen some different things on that. Anybody, really. All the sophomores and Grinlinger, Appenzeller. I think we've got another year of Landon Mack.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously hoping that he is healthy. Doesn't have to have any sort of operation or anything going into next year. But you've got a good core that if we can just build around, and this is something I want to put in front of Ross Kivett and see if he agrees or disagrees. I did notice myself, even yesterday, when it wasn't going well, is it just me, or is there a little bit of a change in the way Elander is carrying himself in the dugout? Just subtle body language stuff.
Yeah.
Because I feel like early in the season, there was very much hey, it's a collaborative thing. Like, guys, help me out here. What are we doing? I just feel like recently there's been a little bit more of, okay, I got this. I'm the guy.
Yeah.
These are my assistants. I'm the guy, though. Which is natural to me. Like, I would kind of expect that there would be a growing. And again, this is one of those things with Vitello. Who knows what it was like his first year? We don't know. Nobody was paying attention. But I'm sure he went through some of that. Hell, he's going through it right now at the big league level. Mm-hmm. I don't know if you guys saw the Ken Rosenthal report speculating that maybe he doesn't have, I don't want to say respect, but the full-throated endorsement of some of the veterans in that locker room just because he's the new guy and he's still proving himself. It's kind of a disaster right now what's going on in San Francisco.
Well, and the Heat's starting to, it sounds like, based on what I've read, the Heat's starting to come down on Buster Posey. They traded a two-time Gold Glove catcher.
Patrick Baylor,
yeah. And I know they've got a prospect that they just brought up, and that's great. But it's like, man, they're making some bold moves. I just hope they're the right ones.
Yeah. Well, and from Tony's perspective, A, you're worried about your own job security, but B, it's like if the Heat's going on Posey, and they get rid of him, then you got to think your head's on the chopping block if it doesn't turn around soon.
I mean, there's no way this doesn't end with him being the head coach at Arkansas.
I mean, I just think, it hit home for me. I had Saturday night, I had San Francisco's starting pitchers on my fantasy team, Landon Roop, and he pitched well, but he had to leave with the game 0-0, and he only pitched like 4+ innings because his pitch count was so high. It ended up being 13-3. I mean, they just kind of felt like drawing parallels with our guys. It's like their bullpen is a disaster right now. So that's what's probably costing Tony a lot too. It's not a good scene. And now they're coming in to play Los Angeles, rival. Los Angeles coming off a series loss.
They're going to Dodger Stadium.
Yikes.
Yeah. Dodgers going to be angry, get Mookie Betts back.
Yep.
I hate it, man. I mean, I won't say that it didn't have to be this way because at the end of the day, it did. I mean, if we're mad at anybody, it should be we're mad at Buster Posey for drawing our guy into this thing, which ends with him being the head coach at Arkansas.
Yeah.
Because he's not going to Vanderbilt.
No.
They're too proud to admit that he's a better coach than Corbin and want him. Arkansas's not. They know Tony's a better coach than Dave Van Halen.
Yeah, they know he's one of the best coaches in college baseball.
They would shove Dave Van Halen in front of an oncoming train to hire Tony Vitello today.
Yeah.
And not think twice about it.
Yeah,
which I can respect.
Honest, the four of us would too. If you say you wouldn't, you're lying.
That we would shove Elander in front of the train?
If it meant Tony coming back.
Don't talk like that, Bear. Don't talk like that.
Just keep it in a Hyundai.
I mean, you're like Chud the Builder, right? Just because you can say it doesn't mean you should.
I'm nothing like Chud the Builder, that clown.
I'm saying just because you can say it, whatever you're thinking about telling, you don't have to say that, Bear. Don't say that.
I did see the kids from the O Block in Chicago invited him to come spend the night with them.
The O Block?
Yeah.
What's that?
What is that?
That's where Chirac kind of came. It's like
it's Chicago.
Chicago.
It's a bad borough in Chicago.
It's not a borough, but it's
you know what I meant. To God.
It's a housing project.
Okay, we'll let you guys get into the semantics debate. Meanwhile, the rest of us are going to take our top of the hour break here and come back with the top 5 at 5. Ross Kivett coming up in hour number 3. Stay with us.
The Drive. Fan Run Radio, the flagship station for Tennessee fans. This ain't no wishy-washy, limp-wristed, kale-eating, half-ass sports radio station. We're your in-your-face, truth-telling, say-it-loud, flag-waving, face-painting, hardcore, bring the noise, causing a ruckus, don't give a damn sports station. Sports talk that doesn't just hang up and listen. For the fans. This is Fan Run Radio. Get some.
Citizens National Bank.
Experience the thrill of traveling with C&B's exclusive travel program. Customers age 50 and above with a Plus Perks checking account can participate, ensuring a safe and delightful travel adventure. Take a day trip or an overnight trip. Travel domestic or international. C&B is always on the go.
Citizens National Bank. Banking never felt so good.
Member FDIC.
Going to the dentist. Not something we all love to do, and yet it must be done. Hi, I'm Russell Smith, and like many of you, I have been going to the same dentist for most of my life here in Knoxville. Well, about 2 years ago, that dentist retired, and I had a big choice to make. Pretty big decision when you're talking about who takes care of your teeth. I'm so glad I found Dr. Steve Malone at Knoxville Smiles. Dr. Malone's modern approach to dentistry has made going to the dentist so much easier than it used to be. At my last cleaning, I was literally in and out the door in less than 30 minutes. Now my whole family goes to Malone and Costa Dentistry at Knoxville Smiles, and you should too. Just visit KnoxvilleSmiles.com to set up your appointment and tell them Fan Run Radio sent you. That's KnoxvilleSmiles.com, or just call their office at 865-539-1776.
Are you thinking of buying a home but don't know where to start? Well, call VFL Josh Travis, your local mortgage expert with Foundation Mortgage, based right here in Knoxville. Whether it's your first home or your forever home, he'll keep the process simple every step of the way. To get started, visit mortgagebrokerjosh.com or call 423-312-9777 today. Foundation Mortgage Company, LLC is an equal opportunity housing company. NMLS number 1387311.
What is dedication? The thing that drives me every day as a dad is Dariana. We call him Day Day for short. Every day he's hungry for something, whether it's attention, affection, knowledge. And there's this huge responsibility in making sure that when he's no longer under my wing, that he's a good person. I want him to be able to sit back one day and go, we worked together, we did a good job.
That's dedication. Find out more at fatherhood.gov. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
You're listening to FM 105.7 and AM 1340. WKGN Knoxville and W289CU Knoxville. Fan Run Radio.
We really need to get some branded stuff. Shirts, hats, promo items, something professional.
I mean, we could just find a website and order a bunch of it ourselves.
You could, but you're taking a big risk. You don't know the quality, the fit, the timeline. It's a roll of the dice.
Yeah, I guess. But isn't that how everyone does it now?
Not the ones who actually care about how their brand looks. Look, if we're putting our name on it, it needs to be done right. We need SM Athletics.
SM Athletics?
Yeah, they specialize in working with businesses like ours. Apparel, hats, promo gear, but real, customized stuff. They actually care if it turns out right.
Probably a lot better than getting stuck with 100 t-shirts with crooked logos.
Exactly. Plus, they'll walk you through everything. Sizing, colors, material, so it matches the image we're trying to build.
Makes sense. What's the name again?
SM Athletics. Trust me, if you want to look like a real company, not a flea market stand, this is the move. If you're serious about your brand, work with people who are serious about getting it right. SM Athletics.
It's time for The Drive's Top 5 at 5.
Shout out to my lovely wife for bringing a little supper by the White Claw Hard Seltzer Studio. That eating hardly anything today.
You get to eat on camera?
I mean, is it going to be unprofessional of me if I sit here and eat this during the top 5 at 5?
No.
We call this in the trade pulling a Basilio.
Wow.
Yeah, it's just remember we're on video, so just not a lot of chomping in front of it.
All right, I'll mute
Tony
my
B
mic, so.
taking a stray on the show. I didn't have that on my bingo card for today.
All right, Walker, top 5 at 5. Hit it.
At number 1, Tennessee baseball has re-entered the Baseball America Top 25 after its series victory over Texas last weekend. The Vols are now up to 24 in the poll, joining Ole Miss and UC Santa Barbara as unranked teams to enter the top 25. They are still not ranked in the latest D1 baseball poll.
Hey, Kendall Rogers, what do we got to do, man? We just won a series against the number 4 team in the country.
Well, preferably not get
I was
swept
not surprised.
by Kentucky.
Do you think we should be ranked?
I could see us down like where we are with where Baseball America has us. I feel that's fair.
I wonder how many of those people are taking the Landon Mack situation into consideration.
Could be.
Do you think we're a top 25 team without him?
Borderline.
Yeah.
I think we got a good team. I just victim of our own success too. You know, it's.
Did any of the pitchers yesterday stand out to you in a positive way?
A little bit of Chandler Day.
Yeah.
A little bit. Not like wowed. Like just kind of like, all right, that guy's got.
I thought Tracy had such a great start. He got the first 2 guys, and I'm like, all right, here we go. And then you talk about the wheels coming off.
We had a couple of those, man, where he had 2 outs and just couldn't finish it. The inning later in the game where the dude hit the grand slam off Rudy was another one, 2 outs.
Yeah, that's just a tough situation for Bo Rudy to get put into.
Yeah.
He only gave up, Rudy, I was about to say, he only gave up 2 hits and a walk, 2 strikeouts on 40 pitches. He was pretty good. You know, true freshman Ethan Beoto pitched towards the end of the game. He played well. Just a couple of bad spots here and there. At number 2, ESPN has listed running back Deshaun Bishop as Tennessee's best chance for an award winner in 2026, saying he could contend for the Doak Walker Award, an award given to the nation's best running back. 5'10", 210-pound Bishop is entering his redshirt season with Tennessee after leading the team in rushing last year.
Yeah, I saw that.
The Beaver.
Yeah. Yeah, ESPN, what they did, like a potential Heisman candidate for all their top 25 teams or something like that. It's pretty interesting. Be some good silly season conversation for sure going beyond Tennessee. But
DBRs?
I don't know who else it'd be right now.
What are the expectations for Deshaun Bishop heading into, arguably, it's still just his redshirt junior season. He's got 2 more years of eligibility.
Yeah.
I guess 3. Would they add on a year if the 5 for 5 thing passes?
That's a good question. I don't know.
Or no, because he would already have had redshirted.
I don't expect him to do like Wright or maybe like Jabari Small.
Stats
probably a
are
good
pretty
comparison.
Good.
Yeah.
I expect him to rush for over 1,000. He just rushed for over 1,000 yards. I expect him to do that again, and that was also when he was banged up a lot down the stretch of the year. And he also rushed for 16 touchdowns.
Probably part of it hinges on like how good Javin Gordon is out of Tulane. Yeah. Like, is he a guy that you really want to get out there, or is he just purely a backup? Is there a big drop off in which you want to get Sampson? Wish we had Dylan Sampson.
Freudian
Bishop
slip.
as many carries a game as we can.
Yeah, I think he should be pretty good. You spend this long. We always talk about you want to spend time in the system, and Josh Heupel's running. Josh Heupel's offense, despite popular belief, is kind of a run-first offense. So Deshaun Bishop, after doing pretty well in the last year, he could thrive this year. Not saying he'll be Samson, but he could still be really good. At number 3, Tennessee target and 2026 4-star big man Favor Ibe has committed to Virginia. 7'1" center was the number 82 overall player in the 2026 class per Rivals. Ibe visited Virginia visited Virginia this week after being on Rocky Top last weekend.
That one hurts. I think people started look. I think we're getting to a point now where the bigs that are left in the portal, they're not like dominant, but they're, if somebody sees something, they see some video like Favor Ibe, his video started coming out. Everybody started taking notice.
Mm-hmm.
Tennessee's out there. They're active. There was a kid that they were in on from Grand Canyon.
The Lobo. No,
he's
what is GCU?
Antelopes.
Yeah, the Antelopes. Lopes.
7 foot, 225 pounds, averaged 7.5 points a game, 5 boards a game at Grand Canyon. And as soon as that started leaking out, all of a sudden we heard he's going to Stanford. He committed to Stanford. So it's going to get tough sledding here. But Shump just confirmed we have 1 scholarship spot left, not 2.
Yeah.
There's been a back and forth on that, but we got 1 spot to fill. Got to choose wisely.
Should be a big man.
Definitely.
I think so.
At number 4, there's 2 games tonight in the NBA playoffs. First up, the Cavaliers look to even the series against the Pistons in Cleveland at 8 p.m. Then the Thunder will try to finish sweeping the Lakers in Los Angeles at 10:30. First game is on NBC, and the second game is on Prime Video.
Man, we are seeing some true colors for a few teams. I know the Lakers are banged up with no Luka, but still,
it wouldn't have mattered.
They're outclassed, man. There's no question about it. And same for the Sixers against the Knicks. That was ugly, man. Ugly.
That was a case of the 76ers kind of won their first round Super Bowl, and then the Knicks, they're just on a heater, man. Yeah. They're playing so well.
How about the Knicks fans just taking over the Sixers building yesterday?
Yeah. It makes sense.
That's a bad look.
It's down 3-0. Knicks fans are more likely to get those tickets.
God, we need the Pistons to save our planet by not letting the Knicks get to the NBA Finals again.
I kind of like the Knicks.
I want the Knicks to make the finals. The
story.
Knicks being good is good for basketball.
What about, did you see Wemby's elbow?
Oh!
Just clocked Nas Reed right in the throat.
Tear his larynx out.
Throat elbowed him.
I didn't think he deserved a flagrant 2.
What do you mean you don't think he deserved a flagrant 2? He looked at him.
There was intent, man. He was getting frustrated, I think.
You think that's just a good-hearted 80s foul?
I mean, I watched The Dream do it a million times.
Throat chopped the guy.
You watched Hakeem Olajuwon hit another player in the throat with his elbow on purpose 1,000 times.
Maybe not 1,000. I did. It was on national TV when he was at the University of Houston. He did it. He did a lot worse than that.
Before he was The Dream, they started calling him Hakeem Jellybean down at Houston.
Why?
I don't know.
Because he was smooth?
I guess, but The Dream was nicer.
Shake and bake?
Yep.
Remember that when he got caught doing that in the NCAA tournament? It might have been in the conference tournament. Yeah, I mean, he got caught. He looked around and then threw an elbow.
Yeah.
He forgot that he was on national TV. He threw an elbow right in somebody's Adam's apple.
That's exactly what Wemby just did.
Wemby's not getting suspended, though, which I'm glad to see.
Good.
Because that's not his bag, man. He got frustrated for a second.
No. And we need that's the best series going right now.
I mean,
this Cleveland Pistons series, it's just a little bit of a who doesn't play as bad type of situation. Like, how good will Kate Cunningham be? Because James Harden it's playoff James Harden. It's like clockwork. You can predict he'll turn the ball over 10 times.
Yeah.
It's awesome. And at number 5, contestants face off in Belgium at the annual European Seagull Screeching Championship, which brought together more than 70 participants seeking to produce the best imitation of the bird's distinctive shriek. The contest, which took place in a local pub, drew participants of all ages, including families with children, many in seagull-themed costumes. Each screech was met with cheers from the crowd, and the jury was awarding a maximum of 15 points as for the contestant seagull sound and 5 points for performance. The event, which has become a tradition, aims at changing the image of seagulls, often seen by the public as intrusive.
You think seagulls are intrusive?
Yeah.
I like it when they come down on the beach, like somebody leaves some peanut butter or something, they swarm. Like, not if I wouldn't like it if I were there, but it's only like 20 feet away. It's always a fun part of going to the beach.
Seeing the seagulls.
Yeah.
Oh, they're just, to me, they're just pigeons, but they're on the beach.
Beach pigeons?
Yeah. That's what they are. They just flock around whoever's feeding them.
Bob, you ever read that book, Jonathan Livingston Seagull?
No, I have not. Familiar with it, but haven't read it.
I read it a couple of years ago. Didn't really get it. Too deep for me. I'm a dumbass. It's like it was like a 1970s, it was like a business allegory, right? Like one of those Who Moved My Cheese type things or something. You're supposed to like read it, and uncover the meaning of life. Like, I guess I'll stick to sports biographies.
I don't like books anymore.
Don't like books?
I don't know. I shouldn't say that. I still read a little.
He reads the articles.
Yeah. As you should. Love reading RTI.
Yep. That's a good one.
Love it.
I mean, the big J journalism of our time. I keep waiting for Shump to get his Pulitzer.
Yeah. I don't know if he'll be doing that with us or not, but Shump's a good one.
Might have to move to the Atlantic or...
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Not the Athletic, the Atlantic.
The Atlantic.
Mm-hmm.
I need a Ryan Shumpert 20,000 word think piece on the state of the Iranian conflict.
That'd be tough for him.
Outside his wheelhouse a little.
Unless there's a Titans thread he can weave into it.
Does it affect college basketball recruiting?
Yeah, exactly.
We can't get these recruits through the Strait of Hormuz. Thank you, Walker. Well done, sir. That is the top 5 at 5 here on Fan Run Radio. I'm not digging this. I've got the YouTube feed pulled up, watching myself eat. Yeah, I'm such a slob.
No one looks good.
Gross,
eating.
Man.
There's not a person.
Why did somebody tell me what a goober I look like?
That's not true, Walker.
Who looks good eating, Bear?
It's a good question. Even a female, like, have you ever seen like a female and be like, she looks like good eating?
It's Sandy Bullock.
No.
Those Hardee's commercials where they would have like the supermodel, like,
yeah.
And she's like,
made me want to buy burgers.
Ketchup like dripping off onto her cleavage.
Yeah.
It's gross.
Those came out. They were so controversial because I feel like my generation, Bob, we grew up on the tail end of, I don't know if you call it the good old days, the tasteful days, right? When commercials weren't risque. I still remember there was a commercial. It came out in the late 90s. And the guy it's like this guy's interviewing for a job. And he's sitting in front of the boss and the guy's, at his big table. And he says, I just want you to know, Mr. Dumbass, that I'll work hard for Dumbass Industries.
I remember that.
And the guy goes, it's Dumas. It was funny, right? But I remember at the time, I can't believe they're saying arse on TV, like on commercials. Yeah. Like I remember when they would say that on Married with Children. You'd be like, ooh, risque, right? And then they're using it to sell cars or something.
The Attitude Era.
Oh, I mean, you watch shows on like FX now. Like,
they're just full on cursing.
Yeah, 10 o'clock. There's F-bombs and everything else.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Didn't it used to be that way? You think we were better off? I mean, you are, if we're being honest, somewhat responsible for this coarsening of dialogue in American society with your invention of the Howard Stern show on E in the 1990s.
That wasn't solely.
I remember watching, Pam Anderson in her
Jenna
prime,
Jameson.
Jenna Jameson on that show.
Oh, I guess that's true. We did kind of break down the fourth wall, so to speak. And
Butt Bongo Fiesta, wasn't that what it was called, Bob?
I had nothing to do with Butt Bongo Fiesta.
Bongo Fiesta?
That was a pay-per-view thing.
What was that?
It's a Howard Stern pay-per-view.
Like
Bongo
using
Fiesta.
nice bottoms as bongos.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Pretty much like everything else, Stern's pretty
It's a thing
self-explanatory.
that happened?
Yeah. Hey, you're Gen Z. You wouldn't be able to handle the 80s and 90s, Walker.
Okay. All right.
Oh, my God.
So Ross Kivett coming up here in about 15 minutes. We'll talk to Vols coach. Be fun, right?
Oh, yeah.
Little baseball. Good to get him coming off a series dub. He should be feeling pretty good. I loved seeing Chapman go deep. When Chapman gets a hold of one and pulls it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's great.
Bye-bye.
What is it about a left-handed swing?
I think
that's just naturally more aesthetically appealing than right-handed.
You're right. I mean, I think the prettiest swing in Major League Baseball belongs to Cody Bellinger, and it's that left-handed swing that just man.
Talking all time?
No,
right now.
All time would be Griffey, right?
Yeah, Jim.
Yeah, it's Griffey.
Yeah. No, I'm saying right now in the game, that's my favorite one.
I don't know. Who was that guy? Played for the Mets, Bad Boy Mets, won the World Series.
There's 23 of them.
Strawberry?
Yeah, he would just snap his wrists and damn ball would go 500 feet.
Daryl Strawberry,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, that had to be
That
Strawberry.
was Strawberry.
Daryl Strawberry.
He was
He was
on a
something.
different level, man. You chock full of talent and cocaine.
I was going to say,
That whole
he's a
roster
different
was.
level, particularly when he's on the stuff. But
I like what Robin Williams said about that. He's like, "Hey, what are you going to do, man? Guys out there in right field, there's a long white line going all the way down to home plate. It's a boring game, man. He's got to do something."
Got to stay entertained somehow.
wow, GBO Kyle Beach said, did you guys happen to see that Squirrel White retired from the NFL?
Squirrel White was in the NFL?
No, he wasn't. He said without ever playing a game.
That's awesome. That's so,
really,
funny.
he retired from football is what he retired from, not the NFL. Unless he signed a free agent. Maybe he signed a undrafted free agent contract after the draft or something.
Did he fall down while signing the contract?
Could have. Hey, man,
Wow.
I will say, though, that catch against Alabama.
He had some moments.
Yeah.
I think I was one of the few that was like sad to see Squirrel leave. I think I think I can fix all these guys, man. Not me, but I think we can fix it. It's like the baseball team this year. I want Abernathy to come back. I think we can fix him, man. It was like, Squirrel White, he always falls down. It's like, yeah, now it's called player development. Teach him how to stay up. Guys are allowed to get better, right?
Yeah.
Who's a guy that's got to get better this year on our team? Like Ethan Davis, maybe?
Oh, for football?
Yeah. It's a great question, huh?
I feel like Davis emerged, though, late last year. I felt like it's like he's finally the guy.
Guys that you were excited about, but it's just not happening on the field, and people lose excitement quickly, right? Especially doing what we do. I feel like some of these radio hosts are just like,
Quickly.
guys like 2 or 3 bad games or even a bad season. I'll stick with anybody, man. Oh, yeah, I know he sucked for 2 years. I want him back.
You know what? Well, it's always a personal thing. We do have a bit of bad breaking news.
I was this VFL.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was wondering if you guys had hit on that.
No.
Should we go to the desk?
I don't know. Does it deserve to get?
We're going.
It's a final now. Kenny Simon, son of VFL Kevin Simon, a top 100 prospect in next year's recruiting class, has committed to Alabama.
Roll down tide.
How is he Kenneth Simon II when his dad's Kevin Simon?
Was it?
Maybe it's Kevin's dad.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can you do that?
I don't know. That's about the only way.
I feel like he would be
forward,
the
I think.
third. I'd be like, if your son's not Kenneth, it just sort of ends there, doesn't it?
How could Kev let this happen?
It's his son, man. What are you going to do?
Feel bad for him. His son disappointed him like this.
How do you know he disappointed him? Maybe he was proud of him. He was a man. He went out and made his own decision.
Back to your question about Vols who need to take that jump this year.
Yeah.
Kyle Beach says, how about Mike Matthews? I like that one.
Just time to shine.
Yeah. I don't feel like he's been bad. I feel like he had plenty of flashes last year.
He had some drops.
Drops.
It was
That's
the
what I
drops that was the
remember.
problem.
Yeah.
Just a couple. Trying to think of what. There was one I remember that was off. It might have been against Oklahoma on the slant.
The overtime against Georgia.
Oh yeah, that's the slant.
It was high, but dude, you're a 5-star.
Catch the ball.
Yeah, get
You're
up there.
making 7 figures. We're paying you to make that catch.
Snag that thing, man.
Yeah.
I mean, you could argue. I mean, he wasn't going to score there, but
it's first down.
Yeah.
I'll say, didn't we go 3 and out and have to kick in that overtime?
Yeah.
Is that right?
And he made the field goal. It was the exact same one that he had missed that would have won the game at the end of regulation. Damn it!
Now we're getting mad. Now it shouldn't have said that. Oh man.
Tearing open old wounds that had only recently healed, man.
And that wound isn't healed.
Damn it.
That one's not going to heal.
Right up there with Gaffney. We had this conversation last week, didn't we? Just most disappointing.
Yeah. I mean, Gaffney's up there, but the only thing I'll say about that is that was just third down. It's the only thing.
Oh, yeah. I think there were like 20 seconds to go, maybe 17, something like that.
You think we'd have kept him out on the 4th down?
I don't know. Where was the ball? It was like the 3rd or 4th. So they would have had one more shot.
They had one more shot.
I mean, I like our
Shot from
chances.
Like the 1 yard line, wasn't it?
I like our chances.
That was such a great game up until the Gaffney moment.
25 years ago, man.
It's 25 years ago now?
Quarter of a century, the Gaffney year. Yeah, man. 2001.
That's when I was born.
Or no, 2000.
Before I was born.
In the year 2000. Bob, I hope you're getting ready over there.
I'm boning up on sports news, actually.
You need boning up on your singing voice.
What are you doing?
Huh? What? I'm not doing anything.
Either play it or don't.
Oh. Are you ready?
We have a.
You want to do it before or after Kivett?
We have a.
I think during. If you want to do it during,
No, we're not doing anything during an
We
interview
have a
with
professional
a guest.
about to come on and join us.
Oh yeah, this is real professional. We're about to make Bob Baskerville do the tomahawk chop. This is a professional show walker.
Just say we have a professional baseball coach.
What do you want to do? You want to do it before or after?
Save the best for last.
I mean, I'll give Coach Kivett his due, but I mean, let's not act like Coach Kivett hasn't acted like a complete maniac at his job on TV before.
No, but there's just a
I'm just throwing it
decorum
out
when
there.
you
I mean,
when you have a show and you're bringing a guest on who's giving them your time. You don't say, "Hey, catch this kind of sophomoric nonsense
this
for a
idiot.
minute." Yeah,
I'm just saying, Kivett can't really throw it. None of us have ever been ejected from the show.
None of us have ever coached.
First time for everything.
we'll catch it after Kivett.
Okay.
All right.
One thing,
Tease.
one thing I want to say before I know we got to hit a break momentarily, but Jonathan Givney from Draft Express. This is a draft guru. Our guy Nate Ament, VFL Nate Ament, is at the combine. Okay, that has begun, and today was measurables day. And this is the update. Tennessee's Nate Ament measured 6 foot 9.5 barefoot, 211 pounds at the NBA draft combine with a 6 foot 11.5 wingspan and a 9 foot 1.5 standing reach. Up an inch and 25 pounds over 2 years. These are some of the best measurements in his class, likely to intrigue every team picking between 5 and 10.
Okay.
If only
Who are the consensus, like one or two, like Dabonsa
and Peterson are 1 and 2.
It's pretty much it's going to be a top 4. It's going to be
Dabonsa one
Peterson.
for sure. Like
we'll see. It's going to depend on the draft process and how much people want to look past apparently Darren Peterson's creatine issue.
I saw that.
So it'll be between him and Dabonsa for the first 2. Then it'll be between Caleb Wilson and Cam Boozer for 3 and 4. And then from there, it's going to be the rush on the guards like Kingston Flemings, Acuff, kid from Illinois, Wagler.
Yeah.
Then after that,
Brayton Burries.
Yeah, Burries.
Is another one. It's probably going to be in the top 10. And then Ament, pretty much everywhere you look now, there's like 3 or 4 mocks. Kevin Sweeney just put his out on SI.com. They all have it. They have Nate going at number 10. So it's
you feel comfortable saying he will be drafted in the lottery?
Yeah.
Didn't we think we had the same conversation about DK though? Remember we all thought is he going to go 12?
But DK was old in NBA draft terms. That's the problem. That's what set him back.
He was what 20?
But we still thought like going into that night it was like 10 or 12, something like that, and it was stunning to watch him fall.
Yeah, it was. But again, you have to believe when we were going back and forth on will he, won't he, all this other stuff, you got to believe Nate, this is a big investment. He probably had people kind of doing this homework saying,
sure,
hey man, you're going to be all right. Those are the, never mind. Because again, what we know is the NBA drafts on potential. They're not necessarily production over potential. They're the other way around. So I feel pretty good that he's going to be in the top 10 now.
Yeah.
Hey, shout out to Hewitt Pruitt on the YouTube live chat. He said, and this is so true at this day and age, be nice to Simon. We'll get his son the second time around.
Yeah, good point.
It's a great point.
Yeah.
Like who goes to college and just stays somewhere for 4 years? I mean, you almost don't want to get these guys the first time around.
That's a good one to put a bow on this thing. We talked about it in the first hour. Reese Chapman, 4 years here. I mean,
and
what a great way for it to finish.
Maybe it'll be a little bit different in the sport of baseball, but
yeah.
I just think football and basketball, like anymore, you sign a freshman out of high school, you're just developing him for someone else, man.
It's true.
Ross Kivett, Tennessee baseball assistant coach, joins us when we continue on many of these Fan Run affiliates. We'll get his thoughts on Tennessee's big series win against Texas over the weekend. Now the Vols headed to Oklahoma, the chance to solidify their NCAA tournament resume. We'll talk to Kiv coming up next right here on Fan Run Radio.
The Drive.
Catch up with all things Fan Run by subscribing to our podcast feed. Like, rate, and download the show from the Fan Run app or wherever you get your podcasts.
What kind of day is it? It's a White Claw day. Grab a pack, grab your friends. Everything else in life can wait. Your friends shouldn't. Let's go. White Claw. Grab life by the claw. Please drink responsibly. Hard seltzer with flavors. White Claw Seltzer Works, Chicago, Illinois.
Ball fans, reimagine your home at Broadway Carpets and Flooring for any remodeling or building needs. With a variety of carpets, rugs, hardwood, vinyl, and stone, Broadway has all the flooring and installation options you're looking for, including pet-resistant products like Pet Perfect Carpet from Shaw Floors. Visit their showroom in downtown Knoxville or the location in West Knoxville located on Kingston Pike near Pellissippi Parkway today.
Hi, I'm Dr. Jacob Wilco. Here at Knoxville Smiles, every smile is unique and every smile has a story. We would love to get to know you and help you smile brighter with confidence. If you've been looking for a dental home that treats you like more than just a set of teeth, we would love to welcome you to the family. Please give us a call at 865-539-1776 or visit us at knoxvillesmiles.com. Smile brighter with Knoxville Smiles.
Hey Vols fans, Cody Brown here. I grew up right here in Tennessee and know what it means when someone says, I've got your back. That's why you can trust Farm Bureau Insurance of Tennessee. Whether it's your home, your vehicle, your family's future, or the business you built from the ground up, we will show up for all of your insurance needs. We are Tennesseans who understand what matters, which is doing right by you. Insurance is not all about just paperwork and policies, but it's about the people we insure every day. So if you want insurance that hits home, give me a call at 865-992-3871. Go Vols.
Welcome to Axle Logistics, where excellence isn't just a goal, it's an energy. As a leading third-party logistics company, Axle is powered by an award-winning culture built on a work hard, play hard mentality. Here, the drive for success is contagious and hard work never goes unnoticed. Whether you're just starting out or looking to level up, Axle Logistics is the place to launch your career. Join us and take your ambition to the stars. To learn more, visit axlelogistics.com.
Hear that? That's the sound of your life. Perfectly imperfect. Beating in rhythm to the world you've created. But every time you drive after drinking, the music gets drowned out.
And pleased to be joined by Tennessee baseball assistant coach Ross Kivett on the show. Coach, good afternoon. How are you, sir?
1 second. We need to get him back on the line.
Oh.
He'll be here in just a second.
I have faith in you. I have faith in you, boys. We will get this done. We also got to figure out what Kiv's walk-up music is.
That's true.
Yeah, it's
Didn't we had this conversation? Like his walk up was something like, was it like a slow country song?
That was Elander.
That was Elander. That's right. Yeah, I guess we got to ask him what his walk up song is.
We'll find that out. So, Bob, good weekend.
Yes, it was good.
Take care of all the moms in your life.
Yeah. We kept it. We kept it pretty low key, which is how my wife wanted it. So that was good.
Good.
Big thing was she got a call from our son and stuff like that, man.
Yeah,
You gotta make sure that happens.
That's what it's all about. I had to call my mom late last night. She was traveling. So. I think we got Kiv back now. Ross, are you there?
Yes, guys. Can you hear me?
Hey, we got you, man. Sorry about that. We had to we got this little hamster in the wheel that we have to get going every now and then for the show. And he passed out. So we had to we had to go to the bullpen on that one.
More cheese from the pen. More cheese from the pen.
Yes, sir. Yes, I mean that's kind of what you guys are looking for, right? I mean, you've got the two starters. We'll see what happens with Landon Mack. You got a couple of pretty dependable left-handed arms in the bullpen. We're looking for a few good men out there. I mean, I don't know if Bob has any eligibility left, but what are our options down there these days?
Bob, how's the breaking ball been?
Not much of an arm these days, Coach. You'd be in trouble if you got to count on me.
Can he pitch underhanded?
Yeah, exactly.
You can. You technically can. There's no rule against it. But, yeah, guys, I mean, getting length from the starters, obviously with Coons and Blanco was important for this weekend. And like you said, I think it's that time of year where freshmen are not freshmen anymore and sophomores are not sophomores. They're a year older because you've gone through 52 games, and it's time to put up and start earning that per diem a little bit. And I don't mean that, rudely. I just mean there's a lot of competition ahead of us, and it needs to be seized. And if you really want to kind of go legend in this community, then grab that ball in that 6th, 7th, 8th inning and get us over there to Bo Rudy in the 9th.
Hey, Coach, I'm just curious because I think from you being part of the coaching staff and as an entire coaching staff, this is something you guys have obviously been challenged with this season. It's been very up and down, right? You guys have had some really electric moments, and then you've had some where it hasn't gone for sure the way you probably wanted it to. But this series against Texas, it felt like it just got everybody's attention, particularly, when you do it in Lindsey Nelson too, it's got to feel great. But how do you take that big win over the number 4 team in the country at that moment, You win that series, and now you got a big one. They're all big at this point against Oklahoma. How do you parlay that into keeping that momentum going? Because that feels sometimes like, and I know life in the SEC is tough, but how do you keep that going?
Yeah, I mean, I think you just kind of said the buzzword is momentum. And anytime that you can win a big series against a top 5 opponent that has really good players and a staff that has coached them up and developed them similarly to ours, I think you get more confidence going into whatever task is ahead of you, which is obviously, Belmont tomorrow, but most importantly is the weekend at Oklahoma. I think you saw some guys swing the bats like they're capable. You saw Tegan Kuhn stack starts. 2 of his last 3 have been phenomenal. And honestly, his Kentucky outing was okay. It just a couple of elements with the weather and a couple other things just didn't bounce his way, but that's baseball. I think what's most important is what we touched on first, is who is going to seize the opportunity and grab the reins in that bullpen. And I think knowing that the offense is capable of putting up crooked numbers like you saw this weekend against an elite Texas staff should give, the other side of the ball some confidence as well.
One thing I'd like to see Tegan maybe get out of his shell and show some emotion or something, man.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah. He's so shy.
Yeah. I was there for it, man. That was just so great to see. I mean, when I say I was there for it, I wasn't in the park, but I was certainly watching it, and I was there for him to let it go. We need that energy, man. That was great.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, he is a special talent, and he's got an arsenal that major league clubs are drooling over. And it was just a matter of time before it started to all come together. And it seems like it's going down that train right now. And, him and Coach Reynolds and Zach Stovall and Kirby have done a really good job with some adjustments with, some grips and some different things on the breaking ball. He's always thrown strikes, how he's attacking hitters. He just, when he's good, man, it feels like it's 0-2, every time. And he's pounding strike 1, he suffocates you with strikes, and then there's some attitude behind it, and it kind of gets in some guys' heads and causes frustrations. And next thing you know, everyone's kind of getting outside of what they want to do to attack that at bat. And you look up and it's 7 shutty and he's got 15 punchies. So it was a good one for him, and looking forward to seeing how he does not only this week, but going into the postseason run.
Talking with Ross Kivett this afternoon here on Fan Run Radio. And Coach, do you have any update on Landon Mack, or is that still kind of a day-to-day thing?
Yeah, it's truly general arm soreness. He played catch. I think it's, a matter of being cautious with him because he is a superb talent, but also realizing there is some urgency due to the season kind of winding down. But we're never going to push a guy past something that he's comfortable with. I think it's more of just going through the rehab and making sure that he's doing what's aligned to get out there. There's more than just throwing a bullpen and playing catch before you start. There's lifts. There's obviously the flat grounds, the bullpens, etc. So if that routine gets rushed, I don't see it being a deal where he gets out there. But that's why Josh gets paid the big bucks, and we'll let him make those decisions. But certainly whenever Landon's grabbing a ball and moving his arm forward is a good sign. So hopefully sooner than later.
I know. Is it as simple when we watch what's happened with Cameron Appenzeller? I mean, earlier in the season, the guy was unhittable. I mean, he looked fantastic, and now it's gotten a little choppy the last handful of games. Is that the proverbial freshman wall thing happening? What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I'm not afraid to say that. I think so. I think, when he had a big weight early and he was doing some heavy lifting, it was almost like, it was just him, right? I mean, we talked about it. This is the 3rd time I'll bring up the bullpen because there is an emphasis on urgency with them. But Cam had to handle a lot of that load, and being a freshman, he's never played baseball this long. He's never had this much wear and tear on the body, not just the arm, but also his mentals. I mean, he's never been hit before. He's a guy that was an elite prospect and a really good high school player in multiple sports, and dealing with some failure for the first time. But he's more than capable. He's a superstar in the making. He's not afraid to make adjustments. He's a willing worker. He's just as frustrated as anybody else would be. And part of coaching him up is making sure that we bottle the emotions and get back towards positive land, and making sure that he knows his next outing is the most important one. And I'll always, if I was a betting guy, I'd always put my chips in on Appy's, Appy's hand, because I feel like he does everything the right way, and it'll eventually come out on top because he is such a superb talent.
Hey, Coach, how cool was it to see Reese Chapman, even that you don't get the result yesterday, y'all looking for, obviously, but senior day, all the emotions before the game, he nukes that one in the first inning to tie it up with a grand slam, and then gets another home run later in the game. A guy that's hung around. He was on the 2024 team, got to play some out there in Omaha, and has stuck it out here. And great to see him have some success on the way out the door.
Yeah, I mean, how many 4-year seniors are in college baseball or in college sports in general anymore?
We were just talking about that, yeah.
Isn't that crazy, at the same spot? And just the definition of VFL, the definition of, a guy that bleeds orange and all the cliches that go with it. And, he's as steady Eddie as we could expect from any player on our team. His heartbeat never gets too high or too low. He's kind of just let go and played it out this year, and he's had, a fantastic year. He's probably going to be up there for some all-conference awards. He's just a great human outside of what the player is. He's a team leader. Guys really resonate to him just because of his mentality and his approach and how many games he's played, but also his personality is so welcoming, and he's willing to share, information that has been passed down to him from guys like Dreiling and Simo, et cetera. So I think, I know it is a positive that he's on this team, and I wish he had 2 or 3 more years, because he's a fantastic person to be around. He makes working fun.
If he came back, though, he'd have to get a new walk-up song, because he's about ruined Your Love by the Outfield for me, Coach. Is that like, I like it as a jam? I'm just like, it's my God, we've heard it a billion times now.
I know, that's a testament to how he plays. He's getting that many at bats, but yeah, he went remix because he felt like it was kind of a tired act. That's why he remixed it. But no, he's a great family. He's everything that you want in a player and a person, and he represents our organization to the utmost standard.
Hey, I got to ask you, I just saw this a little earlier today that it's got to be gratifying. Counting 1, 2, 3, 4 Tennessee baseball alums, recent ones, Dreiling, Fish, Keelan, and Snead, all named minor league players of the week in their respective leagues. That's got to make you and Josh feel really, really good. You've been part of that build.
Yeah. I mean, it true. Everyone says this, but it truly is a family, and we still talk to those guys almost as much as we talk to the guys on the current team. There are some other guys. Liam Doyle had a really good outing last week, and AJ Russell's been, really, really good here down the stretch. And I think it's just a testament to how they're developed, but also to how they work. And I mean, man, there's been some really good ones to go through here the last decade, hasn't there? And they're just kind of following in the footsteps of the guys, ahead of them. But yeah, proud is definitely a word. Unsurprised would be another word, for a lack of better terms, because they're all, shining stars as far as playing baseball. And people, don't tell Fish I said that. He's going to call me and go, I'm a tough guy. No, you're not. But yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah, and you just nailed it too. And I think I'm as guilty of it as anybody. Is those guys, so many have set the table, and it's been so much excellence with this program for so long that, we tend to forget. We got a lot of young guys on this team this year, right? And, some finding their way. by and large, it's still been a really good season, but, the littlest slip up here and there, and it gets everybody up in arms, and again, I've been guilty of that too.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, I think it's just a testament to what E and Tony and the rest of the crew that's been here has built, and the expectation level going literally only north over the last 9 years, and setting a bar so high that it's hard for young guys to feel it sometimes. But they didn't blink, man. They took their punches. They've given some. They've took some body blows. They've given some, but they've never quit. They've never given in. They haven't, listened to the noise and felt like, hey, we're not supposed to be good. That's never crossed their mind. And they're simply task oriented. They're ready to attack Belmont tomorrow and then get after a weekend series that has some importance to it, right? And I think that's what's kind of kept this boat level, is that we're always playing for something in this league. And if you put all your energy into just the game in front of you, you'll be okay. And this is probably a world record since I've been on here on cliches and coach talk, but it truly is a young group, and it's easy to make excuses. And we could talk about it for 20 minutes about injuries and youth and, other, attrition and whatever. But at the end of the day, no one's going to feel bad for you when you put this jersey on, because it does mean so much. And everyone, they're hunting it. And that's something we take a lot of pride in.
Hey, Coach, wrapping up with you here. I know we first things first got to take care of the Sooners, but I'm looking forward to this ABS challenge thing next week down there in Hoover. I know we know your history. You're not one to ever be critical of umpires.
No, but they're perfect.
Yeah.
I've never had one that I disagreed with.
We're about to find out. I'm looking for it because some of these guys, hey, I don't want to get personal, but whoever was behind home plate Saturday night, we might want to check his drink or something. That dude was hallucinating in the ninth inning. I mean, it's in the same spot. It's a ball, exact same spot. It's a strike. I'm sitting there watching. So like, what is happening right now? Is this guy okay? Somebody go check on him.
Well, I think it's. I'm going to deflect a little bit on that because I have to pay for daycare, but I think the ABS is going to be very interesting. And, this isn't the first time we've experimented in our tournament. We did the double base. What was that, 2 or 3 years ago when we instituted it in the tournament. And then the next year it was a rule for college baseball. I'm interested to see how it is. Personally, I don't know how every group, whether it be Big 12, Big 10, et cetera, will be able to put it into use in the near future just because of the technology and how expensive it could be. But it's interesting, man. You're going to see how many guys think that it's a ball and they challenge it and it's a strike. And I go, I told you, you shouldn't, don't argue until you know. But let me make a little bit of a funny. How long are these games going to be? I mean, 3 challenges, and then we got to wait for it. I mean, we played a 3-hour and 22-minute game on Saturday. How long is it going to be on Tuesday or Wednesday in the tournament when we got challenges rolling left and right I'm assuming after the 6th inning is when most teams will use them. But I think it's been a really good thing for the major league level. I'm all for mimicking the major leagues because that's who we're trying to develop as future major leaguers. But I don't know if you could tell. Let's see how this goes. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like it goes really fast in the major. I was skeptical when they said they were bringing this into the big leagues, but I've really enjoyed it because I mean it goes by fast. Once a guy challenges, and you've only got like a split second to decide, right? Whether or not you want to challenge it. And then they do that replay. It takes maybe 5 seconds.
Do we know that we're using the same system?
I don't know.
Because we haven't even done it yet. We will do it on Sunday this week. It's already on our schedule on how we're going to, go over with the fellas in our meeting room. I don't know enough about it to really comment, but if it goes that fast, I'm cool with it. Because I've watched big league games. You're right. It takes 3 or 4 seconds you only have a half a second or a second to decide if you want to challenge. I'm cool on that. But if this is a deal where it takes a while for it to upload or the computer goes down, now I'm going, oh, man.
Yeah.
This is turning into a thing.
Oh, like back in the day when the guys would disappear into your dugout. And you're like, what are they doing back there? Are they ordering pizza or something? I mean, the game's been stopped for 10 minutes. But no, it's fun, man. I'll be because I feel like the catchers do a pretty good job of being, one to challenge and not. But the hitters, man, like those guys in the big leagues, you get seeing some egos get in check. Like some guys are humbled. Like as a Braves fan, like Acuna, like he turned into a different guy because he would just challenge everything at the beginning of the year. And it's like, dude, like he got humbled by that real quick.
Yeah. And then maybe it scares you when it does happen, later in the game. I think there's some strategy to it. And I'm kind of a traditionalist. Don't tell anyone I said that, but I do think it's fun when you throw different strategies into different games and, who thinks they're playing chess and who's playing checkers. But I mean, I'm interested to see our strategy. We have 2-3 older catchers that know the zone really well, and they've caught a lot of games in their life. So I like it when they're reviewing it, but we're going to have to go through, the hot and cold zones of our hitters so they're not getting too hubris with these challenges.
All right, good stuff. Hey, Coach, we kept you long. Really appreciate the time, man. Good luck this week in Oklahoma City, and we'll talk again soon.
Yes, appreciate you guys. Thank you. Go Vols.
Thanks, Coach.
Ross Kivett, one more time on the program this afternoon. Yeah, I mean, outside looking in, it feels like Stone Lawless would be a pretty good guy to handle some of those catcher challenges.
Yeah.
But, I mean, there are so many times when – I mean, you know what I mean? Like, I realize it's a hard job. Yeah. I don't think anybody's out there trying to screw anybody. I really don't. But, like, the big league guys are just so much better than these college umpires. I mean, that must be really hard. I've never stood back there and called balls and strikes, but some of these college guys just all over the place. I mean, it's crazy.
I know.
And we've benefited from it as much as we've been hurt by it over the years. But you're just looking at some of these and you're like, what is that guy looking at?
Yeah.
All right. We got to get out of here.
Okay.
But before we do, you ready, Bob?
Sure.
Here we go. With gusto. With gusto, Bobby.
Just priming.
Okay. All right. I feel it. Get the tune.
Yeah.
Need a pitch pipe. A little louder, please. Can't hear you.
I'm not seeing the
Come on, Bob.
Work with me.
Come on, Bob.
Okay, I'm done.
That was good. That was good. We got there. A little slow out of the gates, but we got there.
You had to warm up.
We got there.
To warm it up, man.
That felt good, didn't it?
No, not at all.
That felt great, huh?
Not in the least.
You ready to come on over?
Nope.
Leave the dark side?
Go blue. That's what I say.
We'll keep working on you.
Mm-hmm.
Roberto, you're on the drive, Fan Run Radio.
Thank you, Rock. I got a proper kick out of that. That was fun. Bob went all in there once he committed to the bit. I respect it.
He just needed a little nudge. I grabbed his hand like Thelma and Louise. We jumped off that cliff together, Roberto.
That's a little creepy, but
it was a thing of beauty. Man, I don't know if Kivett could be more likable. Like
Love
he's
that
got
dude.
he's got that Tony, he's got that Vitello gene to him. He's just so likable. I mean, you got to bring back, Jam or Not a Jam and do it with Kiv.
That'd be fun.
He'd really be cool about that.
He said,
I think he'd enjoy that.
He said he had, used a lot of cliches, but I thought he kept it pretty real on the bullpen and stuff. I mean,
he was down the middle.
Yeah.
I mean,
and like totally not deflecting the Appenzeller freshman wall thing. It's just like, yeah, he said the freshman wall.
Yeah.
It's what it is.
I think Kivett realizes we are baseball fans that see what we see and we know baseball. And it's like, yeah, we all know he hit the wall, and that's okay.
Yeah,
It's bound to happen.
It doesn't mean he's a bad pitcher or that we're giving up on him or anything like
No.
that. He's a freshman.
No. Right. It just stinks that it happened, before the tournament, I guess. But, This weekend, as Russ, you've said it a million times, it's they pulled us back in again. I figured it out, guys. Every single bracket within the tournament, and we'll play in the College World Series because we're going to beat them. I mean, our record against the top 25 is insane.
Yeah.
We're 11-7.
Yeah, it's good. Other big takeaway from the chat, I leave that feeling a little more hopeful in Landon Mack. I'm not saying he's.
Oh, you did? I didn't actually. I was the opposite.
Yeah, I don't know. What did you guys think? I mean, I'm not saying he's definitely pitching again this year, but
yeah, I can't get a read, man. I don't know. I
said he tossed, like he wouldn't be tossing if.
Yeah, that's encouraging to hear that for sure.
No, I would suspect that they're going to save him for the tournament. I don't think you'll see him anymore in the regular season. You might see him in the